Now remember, they are very, very skittish. You must be gentle. They will approach. Yes?
Hey, Bill. So, like,
It's Bill.
Bill. So, like,
Bill. Bill.
if they smell that I had fish for lunch, are they gonna like try and eat my face?
Yes.
I don't think that's true then.
You have fish for lunch?
Yeah. Don't they use
Best keep your face out of the water.
Not a huge fan of water. I will stay firmly on the land, but I do look cute though. Yeah, it's kind of sit like she's like kind of holding on her phone. I don't want to get in that water.
This seems counterproductive to what they like this. Yes. You go ahead and whatever you feel.
She's like,
all that my face is going?
It's just like a beach day, you know? You just go out into the water for a little bit and you come out and dry off.
And so there's no fruit speeches, yes?
I usually sit on the sand the whole time.
But I mean, you go out in the water a little bit, feel the waves on your toes.
There is no sand on the beaches for near Cliffhaven. It is basically like a dock that goes up into like a rocky kind of craggy shoreline.
Chill on the rocks, sure.
You're very well known with beaches, yes?
Please, so what?
You know beaches very well.
Stop it!
We got one. Oh no, we're not play.
It does right. Dolphin swims away. There, you can see several of them trusting the water, kind of like seeing what you guys are doing.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm getting in the water. Yeah. You guys do your decision making and whatever in the road, just whatever. Yeah.
The guide kind of brings you over and hands you a small, like, sardine style fish. You gotta, like, now, very gently guides your hand under the water. It takes about 10-15 seconds, but one of them kind of, like, slowly approaches and then kind of pops its mouth open for you to just throw it into its mouth.
Oh my god. And I do like a little toss and this.
And it, like, takes it and then it kind of, like, puts its nose down and splashes you. And then it swims away.
Dusty.
That was really nice. What are you talking about?
They don't seem all that bad. She takes a fish and then she kind of holds it over.
Yeah. What with those two humping each other?
That's just beautiful, love and all that.
One of them does kind of circle around the dock, and then like you see it, they kind of like, you know, that kind of weird way that they float on top, and they kind of like look at you. They don't open their mouth for you, but they're like looking at you. They're looking at the fish.
And she'll kind of like toss it like into.
Let's see if you hit. Go ahead and roll, even though that's not usually part of the opener. But let's do that. I think this is fun. It says low enough stakes that it won't matter.
Just a straight roll.
Dexterity attack.
Okay.
Without proficiency, it's a finish.
So just straight dice. Okay, 11.
Okay. That's more than enough. So you just kind of toss it, and it kind of just goes, and then splashes down, swims away.
Oh, they're not so bad.
Cheap trick.
Adorable trick is what I'm thinking.
Jonas, what are you waiting for?
Hammerhead.
What?
I once hammerhead.
Hammerhead. Is that like a beer?
No, this is shark.
Oh, why do you?
These type of sharks. Very, very dangerous shark.
Let's keep the hammerheads.
They're very cutting.
Do you love?
I don't want nothing to do with no sharks. Okay.
Is cuddling like your thing?
Listen.
Sniffing my butt.
Doesn't like that. Okay, sure.
I do think it would be very funny if like most of them are huddling around Jonas, they're like trying to get his attention because he kind of like seems to be in their sphere. They want to be friends with him.
You make it really easy to pet them, so they're like right here.
Yes, they're a menace.
They're just
I like the idea.
look at the little face.
They do not let you hold them.
I like the idea that they're all like in unison behind him, just like, and he's like a menace. Behind them.
Yeah, one of them had to like crest like And then it goes down into the waves again.
I wander over towards Jonas because I see all the dolphins. Jonas is bogarting him, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh my god, they're all over here! Here, move!"
Here, move.
You swim like a newborn.
Oh my god, it's so little!
He's
I
a
think
baby.
that is a newborn.
What are you
I
talking
mean, I don't
about?
know. Dolphins
It's
that
really
little.
bad.
That's pretty small.
That is small.
Now, there was some talk about them pushing us with their noses or something. I think I read the wrong brochure.
You don't have to do this thing here. This is.
I think that's the premium package.
This is easily the most fun I've ever had in my entire life.
This is a nightmare.
Wilhelm gives you another fish so you can continue feeding. Like he's got like a bucket.
She just bogarts the entire bucket.
I look
Like,
to
here's
one.
this you dumb-
Okay.
I look to one of them. I know your true colors. I know who you are.
It splashes you with this.
Yes. Show you true colors.
Friendly and adorable? Like, what colours are you looking for?
Kid.
I think this one's vibe is very lavender. She feeds another one.
You have good eye.
That
They're-
could be Tila.
They're now kind of going from Jonas over to Whisper because Whisper has all of them.
Des is gonna grab a couple and she's gonna try to like throw them and like have them do like a trick or something.
Yeah,
Like, she's
I'll
gonna
reach
throw
over
them
and
so they have to like
bucket.
jump up for it or something.
Okay. They definitely are jumping for it. Some you don't they don't necessarily catch it every single time because they're not like super trained. These are literally like wild dolphins. But yeah, a couple of them are like jumping up to catch one of them, and then they'll swim away. And it's kind of like this rotation of this like pod of dolphins. That's the correct term for a group of dolphins, right? Pod.
Des is gonna try something where she uses her rope to make a lasso and she's gonna spin a ring
Mm-hmm.
and then try to get them to jump through the ring.
I think they see the. We'll make a sleight of hand check to see how well you do.
Okay.
Because okay.
Come on, slide hand. 10?
Not quite. So like they don't know what you're doing, so like it's a little bit like this sudden motion, like continuous motion. They're just kind of like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't like this. I don't know.
I think I got a little ahead of myself.
Yeah. So this goes on for a little bit. Whisper, you are feeding the dolphins. Is it? And the trainer goes over to Jean and he's like, You okay? You want to go? You want to interact with dolphin? Yes.
No.
He's just
I just handed money.
okay, sir. Yes, okay.
I am sorry for you.
I'm fine.
It's a tough gig.
Being around adorable little mammals.
These
all
silly
day.
dolphins.
Monstrosities, yes.
Adorable baby.
One of them rams into Giannis' backside like with force.
You hit like baby orca. Look.
Oh, don't be mean. But she feeds it.
Nice. He does it. It does it again because you just reported that behavior. It just rams into Giannis.
Teal. They are teal.
Which is the bad colour.
Versus
Oh,
aquamarine.
naughty, another fish.
Okay, so the other dolphins see you feeding the dolphin that's attacking Giannis, and they all start attacking Giannis.
So Des is gonna take a step back and she's gonna be like, yeah, I see it now. I see it.
So Giannis is just like boom, 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 like being assaulted by this pod of dolphins.
He's like trying to create a water wall around him.
You see Giannis like trying to defend himself, and eventually I think you are forced out of the water, and you're just like on land, like looking out, just like stomping your foot.
Despicable.
Now, I'm not going to give you any more fish if you keep on attacking my friend.
And then he gives them another fish.
You see a couple of, and you feed them a fish, of course. And I think at this point you're out of fish.
Oh. Sorry, guys.
They do another like little like at you, and then like they kind of are still swimming around because they don't understand the concept of you telling them no fish. They just. But it becomes increasingly clear that the food source has run out, and it slowly clears away, and you guys are left better. Like you had a good time. I don't know.
I had the time of my life.
I mean, it was pretty amusing.
The danger is over.
I'm a new woman.
I think I'm still wet.
And with the danger passing, it's a great time to welcome you to Lizards and Locations, Pillars of Creation, as our group has a fun little encounter with dolphins that they probably paid a lot of money for, because that seems to be how that works. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But in any case, thank you for coming, and please enjoy our opening and enjoy the show.
But first, sponsors.
You said that I didn't read from my notes last time. You were very adamant on the fact that
It was
they
blank.
were blank notes. So these are my notes.
They're not blank.
And so really I'm just gonna read them off and probably stick in the names of our sponsors in some places, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so like Dice Legion,
Okay, that's a great way to put it.
yeah, puts the scarabs in the something. I don't know what. There's gold, silver, bronze, probably dice. I would think Dice Legion.
Yes.
2 Dice Legions came out. I used some heroism. Corruption turns everything twisty round. Maybe you get 10% off and now your head's twisty round. I don't know. If you use the code Lizards, you get 10% off at Dice Legion, basically. Let's see. Doors open through shadowy stairs and people are isolated. That's sad. You know what's not sad? Rolling for what now? They're pretty cool.
Going for what now?
Bro.
Yep.
Huh?
Rolling to draw your sword out.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, ready to kill this motherfucker. Yeah.
Well,
Can I get a round of applause?
that elevated quickly.
Those are the notes. You can thank John for that.
Don't
But you
think
can
it.
also head over to Dice Legion and use the code Lizards for 10% off and check out Rolling for What Now, a really fantastic podcast that you should absolutely check out.
Can I just get a quick round of applause?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
If we do a little bit.
Oh, I just wanted a round of applause. I
I
don't.
hope you enjoyed that. That's on you.
That's on me.
I just go here.
We live here. We don't actually go anywhere. We just release new episodes.
This is news to me. How long have we been living?
4 7 years.
4 score.
All right, and welcome to Lizards and Locations, Pillars of Creation. Let's go right into the recap of last time on Pillars of Creation. You guys were able to overcome the Shadow Geo Dragon and was able to acquire both the Dragon Orb and also a small fragment of the essence of that Geo Dragon, which you guys don't have quite a firm understanding of quite yet, but it has to be good, right?
I solidly believe that.
After collecting the remnants of the Geo Dragon, you guys were into the inner sanctum of the Wizard of the Tower, and you found a couple of magical items and also a book that kind of more clearly outlined the time frame of this person's unfortunate decline into insanity as it was corrupted by the Aleph that had been not only corrupting him, but the tower itself. Going back down, before you were able to kind of disengage, you found an imp who was once again spying on you. This is one of the first times you guys have actually found it while you guys were out adventuring. And it was dispatched fairly easily by Dez, who splattered it across the walls of the library. It was kind of gross, but nice. Once you guys escaped from this tower, or just exited, there was no extra malicious traps to go along with it. You found out that time had passed a bit irregularly. When you guys had exited, or when you guys had entered this, it was firmly in the middle of summer, and when you exited, the leaves were beginning to change. A good 3 months had passed, according to a survival check that you guys took and succeeded at. On the way back, you took your, unfortunately, still petrified companion, Yasadi, through the forest, and it was slow going, so you were easily caught up with by a group of orcs that you had previously met on your trek up to Ravenhold. The leader recognized you, and though maybe a little less than thrilled to see you, decided that you had earned his respect and also his help in transporting your halfway fallen companion back to Cliffhaven. And we will join it back en route on Dire Wolfback. So you guys, if you want to do anything before you get to Cliffhaven, let me know.
I mean,
I was riding with someone, right?
Were you?
Yeah,
You and
that's
I were
right.
riding together.
I held my hand down to help you up.
Yeah.
I believe you guys were 2 up on the Dire Wolves, yes.
And then there's this statue on another one.
And it's like lashed to one of the Dire Wolves.
Okay, cool. I mean, I guess I should have anticipated that dire wolf would smell like dog, but
It could smell like wet dog.
I mean, it kind of does.
Oh. Not bad.
They bathe their wolves.
That's why they smell like wet dog.
Is a good puppy.
It is weird going this fast at land speed.
It's because this stuff is so good. It's
Just this on my face. What is this? That's the
Because
wind.
They're going at a slower pace than like a horse would be, because you guys made it very clear that you were not very proficient in riding wolves. Much to the disappointment of Orc Chief.
Well, we
You
tried.
ask for my help. You can't ride my wolves.
Unbelievable.
Disgraceful.
Do we see anything interesting on the way back? Anything cool?
Anything cool?
Any cool rocks?
Do we get a long rest?
You notice that there are a lot less of the crystal outcroppings that you noticed on your way in. A lot of them have been either cleared away or something that's or harvested, perhaps. It's hard to tell. You were not there to witness it, but it is much more sparse and a lot less of an ethereal landscape and more just the natural state of a forest in fall. The crunching of leaves is evident. There's the winds kind of scatter them about. It's a very pretty sight, but interesting, probably not quite so much.
Damn. The market on cool rocks has gone off.
Yeah, if you have any cool rocks now, their value has gone up considerably because there's much less supply.
Nice. Cool rock dominion.
Yeah. Sell all your cool rocks now?
I don't have any cool rocks.
Sad. Sorry.
It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, the only cool rock we have is lashed to one of these wolves.
Yasadi does qualify as a cool rock now.
Yasadi is the coolest rock, priceless. I was saying.
Okay. Well, you guys are able to travel your way to Cliffhaven. It's a bit of a trek. Wolfback isn't quite as fast as a horse, but it's also interesting as you approach because Cliffhaven has been built upon and is actually much more developed than you had thought it would be. They built back bigger after the torrential tsunami that was created by the water temple appearing and then disappearing, and then big storm. A lot of tidal activity that had kind of obliterated the economy of Cliffhaven, but it seems to have recovered nicely. You see, especially the city hall building built back with a large dome on top, akin to like a Capitol building.
There's that crystal money at work.
Could have used the money to help the poor, but
Is the chief ahead of us, or are they? Where are they at?
They are leading the way. They are ahead of
Okay.
you.
Are they within talking range? Would you say, or
Probably not just as a default, but
Yeah.
you could guide your wolf forward or backward, and especially as you guys approach Cliffhaven, the
Yeah.
chief is going to slow down as they approach. They're not going to be like running full bore at the settlement because that might cause a little bit of an alarm.
yeah? Are you big spoon or small spoon in this? Right?
We decided, didn't we?
Yeah. I think we
What
said that
they-
I'm small spoon, right?
Yeah, I want to say that too.
Yeah. Okay. So, but you're probably guiding the reins, I would assume.
I think I
That's-
was better.
Yeah. So I just kind of look back. Should we catch up to the chief?
Oh, maybe. I was just looking at cool rocks.
Yes.
It is a very pretty sight to look out over the water through Cliffhaven in this little kind of like valley that has been carved out of the cliffs on either side.
Did we get his name yet?
Oh.
shit.
You know,
We're really unfriendly people.
I don't think we did.
It's not usually like me tonight.
Honestly, so
Isn't
I
that,
try not to be.
isn't that like the first thing that you're supposed to do when you meet
I mean, it's just customary, and I gotta admit my manners aren't what they used to be.
You guys see a little bit of a wall of 4 or 5 guards sitting outside the gate of Cliffhaven, and the gate as well has been built up upon. Like instead of the like wooden fence that used to be there, there's like a full stone wall with an actual like portcullis gate. They've learned from not only the tidal wave but the attack from gnolls that had previously accosted this small town, this small port town. Been through a lot the past couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah, and among them you see Calrin, who is kind of interestingly gazing over the horizon at this approaching pack of orcs. Not quite on guard, but he's kind of as idly has his hand on his sword.
He knows how it rolls.
Des is gonna do her customary hat. Well, I guess
when
she'll
he-
raise her hat and just gotta do like a little.
When he sees the hat come up, he kind of like recognizes that it's your group, and he's like, and you can see him like visibly like, oh. And like as you guys were riding up, he's like, "Where the hell have you been? It's been months."
Hey, for us, it's been like a day or so,
You guys have missed
Day
so
and a half.
much.
day and a half, maybe.
Day enough?
I'm drawing this.
Your
Well-
hands are strong.
Well, everyone's gonna be so excited to hear that you guys are okay. Mostly, what's with the statue?
Oh, you could say it's a souvenir. You could say it's a person. That's
It's the coolest rock you could find. Also, it's Yasadi.
also. It's,
Yeah, no, I recognize who it is.
Luckily, she hasn't been petrified for
You
too
have
long
quite the eye.
relative to us.
Yeah, it's the
Vision, yes.
yeah, it's the looking at stuff is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, so if we don't have any way of healing this hand wave, so we brought her back.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Why is she a stone thing though?
Well, the mage at the top of the tower was a little bit crazy. And
Crazy wizards, you say?
but like more so than the usual crazy.
Oh.
Like there was like a what would you call that? A
Geo dragon. It's
I'm scared beyond all reason.
crystal.
I'm
So wait,
honestly
was it it was a haunted dragon wizard.
Yeah.
One might call it a mad mage. Yes.
I mean, that sounds a bit reductive considering that there was also
Well-
ghosts and dragons involved.
Well, I'm saying mad because they were mad when we took their book.
Yeah, they were angry.
Oh, okay.
And also the other man.
Okay.
Mad and mad.
It was definitely
What?
hunting, though. I felt the demonic presence.
Oh,
You
for
killed
sure.
a winged thing.
Wait, the ant?
So there were ghosts and dragons and
Winged
Yeah.
it.
and devils.
That's the word.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, not demons. Devils. Yes.
The triumvirate of just unpleasantness, I imagine.
You know, now that I'm saying it out loud, it does sound like 3 months of stuff. But
Doesn't it though?
it was, we only slept once. So,
The books would scream at us.
Well, that sounds
Yeah.
extremely unpleasant.
did you know that ghosts are immune to cold?
I didn't know that, but it makes sense, I guess. Why would they feel cold? They don't have skin.
I don't know, but me and Usagi did like an ice breath and they were just like, ah.
Also, if I was to give you a random riddle
In that time.
gold, silver, and bronze, I just like repeat the riddle too. Does he solve it?
Yeah.
First try.
Yeah, first try.
Oh fuck.
It would be gold and bronze and silver then, yeah.
Yep. That's what we put the second time.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, undead are nothing to sneeze at, so I'm glad you guys were okay. Also, giant dragons nothing to sneeze at. Also, demons and devils are not anything to sneeze at either. So
Lots of
I'm
sneezing.
glad you're all here. There's nothing to sneeze at. There's no sneeze.
There's no sneezing.
Also,
Wow.
these the Frozen Hammer clan, they were kind enough to give us rides back.
I see that. It was a bit of a alarm when I heard from the scouts that there was a group of orcs barreling towards the town, but I see now that they posed no issue.
I don't know if I'd call it barely.
Briskly walking, how about that? At a brisk pace. And
Oh, we asked them to be as brisk as we could.
expedited I guess pace again, jeez.
She gestures toward Usagi and she's like, well, we asked them to go as fast as we could, but we're not good at the whole wolf thing.
As you guys are gesturing to Yasadi again, the orcs are kind of trying to gently place Yasadi from her lashed wolf onto the ground, and you see like 3 or 4 of them like,
Oh,
okay.
while still talking, I'll be like, and you know, they were really nice and I'm walking over and I go and grab her and pick her up and I walk her over.
They kind of look at you like, okay, all right.
And so I've got her like with me. When
You're
I
just
go back to
holding her?
Cameron, yeah.
Make a strength check.
Yeah, as I do. Oh no.
Oh,
Natural.
Oh no!
What?
Oh no! No!
Make a dexterity saving throw.
No! No!
That's also not great.
But not a natural one.
It's not a natural one, no. Listen,
that doesn't.
I
shatter,
carried
like-
her out of the tower. I had no reason to believe I couldn't carry her to the medic. Don't hide your face from me.
I'm just leaning away from you.
You killed yourself.
7.
Oh.
I said it wasn't good.
Oh.
Okay, so you pick her up, and you get about halfway through, and then something is just on your hand, and it slips. And her as she was like, because she had like her arm up, and she falls over, and her arm breaks off. And you see some of the horse like, "No!"
We can fix that, probably.
How?
Maybe.
What?
No.
What did you do? You see one of the orcs pick up the arm and like try and put it back on,
I
and
don't
it
think,
just doesn't work.
I don't think that's the way to fix it.
Anybody know mending?
I do not.
We were. It was a task enough to get her unpetrified. What?
Maybe
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I do.
Yeah, mending.
I fucking do.
I just want to say before you even try
Wait,
it,
maybe I don't.
it's a cantrip.
I know, but it was in the one list, but apparently it's not in this list.
You don't have it prepared?
Damn it.
Aw.
No, I don't. I was so
You
excited.
can know mending,
Yeah.
but you do not.
But I don't usually think of it as a useful spell.
How do you know when you break an arm off?
Damn.
Well, next cleric I make.
Jonas is like, maybe if you use wet dirt and try touch.
Wet dirt.
Yes.
Okay.
Like mud and straw bricks.
Yes.
I know it's hard to believe.
That-
This is a person behind all that stone.
This is part of my corruption arc.
to break Estani into small pieces.
I'm doing my
Can
best.
only be one silver.
She's gonna pick up the arm and she's just gonna be like, why? Why?
I had no reason to think I couldn't do it.
I think the orcs are kind of done with you at this point and are starting to leave. The leader will come up and say, "Task is done. Good luck. I feel you'll need it."
We're gonna need a lot.
We thank you. What is your name?
Name is Yorgarth,
Your guard.
honorable captain of the Frozen Hammer.
I kind of just do the hand clasp, you know. Jonas Ludoxis. If you ever need anything, let us know.
And you'll just be around here, I assume.
Andersville's finest is everywhere.
It's a good tagline. Appreciate you.
Pleasure to meet you.
All right, roll your thing. Do your roll.
He's just searching for it.
I'm always searching for it.
I know how it goes. I know the dealio. How about your dice not prepared for this? Come on, man.
Yeah! Natural 20, he loves it! He's infatuated with me.
Yeah.
It's the most important
Absolutely.
natural 20 you could ever roll.
Yes.
He's like aghast.
Yeah.
Such charm.
Paint me like one of your orc girls.
I must away before I embarrass myself. No, he doesn't show that much like outward. Like,
What if we kissed under the hat tip?
I mean, are you trying to kiss it?
No,
I am
it's
now.
the bit. It's the
Okay.
meme. Of
Okay.
What if we it's like the two blushing faces, and
Yeah.
it's like what if we kissed under insert location?
Yeah, no, I understand. The question was important though. Like, are you trying to kiss this guy? Because
We're not there yet.
with that kind of role,
It
might work.
wasn't, but I am now.
We're not quite there yet, but I don't know. Is he?
He kind of like looks away a little bit, embarrassed, and you can like see the flush on his face a little bit. And then he kind of like whips the reins on the direwolf and it skedaddles away before he further embarrasses himself by reacting to
I'm
that
glad he
particular
can run
hat trick.
away.
What's that?
I'm glad he can run away before he embarrasses himself.
Isn't it nice?
Right.
Yeah.
Des is gonna kind of look out and she's gonna be like, and she's gonna think about
You
it.
hear him say "Frozen Hammer away" in Orcish. So anyone who can understand Orcish, if that's anybody, I assume
Those two.
at least one person here can speak Orcish.
Oh yeah,
Yogarth, you said?
Yeah, Yorgarth.
Des
With a J.
speaks to him pretty
Okay.
exclusively in Orcish. So.
That's why he likes you. He thinks you're real cute.
Yeah.
I think it's really cute that you learned Orcish.
I think it was really cute.
It does find some little people.
She's a 10, but she hangs out with a bunch of idiots.
That does seem to be Dez's MO, doesn't it? Even back in Andersville, it seemed like she hung out with a lot of fucking weirdos.
These my people.
These are my people right here. Just killing it.
How do you spell his name?
Jorgarth.
I had a Y, but then you said J, so I spelled it mostly.
Yeah,
I put Yogarth instead of Yorgarth. And then now just corrected to Jogarth.
Jogarth would be really good. It should have been Jogarth.
Yo, Garth, what's up?
Jorgarth.
Can't believe I broke off my friends.
Okay. So now you have Yasadi and Yasadi's arm, separate entities.
I'm so fucking mad.
And the charm of a
Well,
orc chieftain.
yeah, your reputation has gone up a little bit more with him specifically. But he has a little bit of influence on the orc clan, so put that in your back pocket and use it later if you must.
I have a feeling she will.
So Calrin, who watched this entire thing go off, horrified, absolutely horrified.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, can we carefully? You know what? Actually, no. Just leave her here. Just put her right here. I'll go get Forrest. He'll know what to do. I want to say Jesus Christ, but like that doesn't make any sense because we're in Fantasyland.
Gods.
Freaking
Lavender spirit.
Pale horse balls.
Jonas is going to take the arm and just put it next to the body.
Just leave. Just leave.
Please.
Just leave the arm. Just come with me, please.
By Leviathar's
What a return you guys have made. Let's go. And he fucking guides you through the gate that kind of like finally opens.
People really like us.
We could use a hand in this.
And you see like 3 cars. Stay in Kurisati. I hate everything.
What is wrong? We need a hand.
As you guys are walking through Cliffhaven towards Forrest's shop, you notice that all of the little building projects that you guys were helping with have been finished without a hitch. A lot of them are reinforced. Like you can tell, like much sturdier than what you had previously seen in this. It was more like of a trading town. Now this place looks like it could withstand an assault. So this place is hunkered down now after its harrowing ordeals of dealing with the 4 of you.
I'm nothing but good for this place.
Andersville's finest, the heroes of Cliffhaven.
Yeah. Andersville's finest. Does look like they love you here, but lots of bad things have happened since you've been around.
Satellite office.
They seem to not associate the bad things with you at the moment.
There's got to be at least one person that does.
One person that's out to murder us.
One person that's like, anybody else wonder how these heroes that we pay a lot of money to solve problems came with the problems?
And why is his name Jimothy?
Who? Who's named Jimothy?
It's one of the longshoremen, Jimbo Cocktoast.
Since you've been here in this town, got a shit in handbasket. Well, now it has to be canon. Now I have to make Longshoreman Cocktoastin your mortal enemy. He can't be the main bad guy in every campaign, Nate.
Sounds like you need to DM your own thing, Nate, and make the BBAG Jimmy Cocktoastin.
Jimbo cock tasty.
God. Anyway, besides the mad ramblings of Longshoreman Cocktoastin, who are widely beloved in the town of Cliffhaven.
Somehow.
We need at least one
Didn't
hater.
like it all.
Oh my god.
Alright. Do you guys want to do anything, or are you guys just kind of going along with the plan of getting Forrest?
I mean, I'll just, I don't need to RP it, but I just need to pick up some bolts. But yeah.
I would really like a long rest. But, I guess that
Oh yeah,
could
true.
happen
We
later.
probably should take a rest. We were traveling all day.
Well, we should probably get this figured out first.
Then if you want to go and take a long rest like right now,
Yeah.
Well,
while Yasadi's situation is...
Aaron, you got it.
No, I head straight to Forest.
Okay.
Oh, we got stuff for him.
So Whisper's going to Forest.
I'll go to Forest.
yeah, we'll go to Forest.
Okay.
I got some stuff.
Forrest is ecstatic to see you. It's like, oh my gosh, you guys! What happened? Where were you?
It's a long story.
What do you mean? It's only been a day.
Enough.
What?
It's
Or
a
a
long
couple
story.
days.
It's a really long
It
story.
has not been a day.
It has been a day.
There's been some time bullshit that happened.
Oh, now you believe in the time bullshit? Now you believe in the time bullshit?
I might have been fucking with you. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Mm.
Anyway, we're here. We did the thing. I need
Get
your
used
help.
to it? You need my help? Oh, okay. Well, you guys seem okay. What happened?
He's not okay.
Oh no.
We need your help.
Her arm fell
She
off.
broke her arm.
Oh, what? Well, what do you want?
She's stoned.
She's petrified.
She's
Broke her arm
stoned.
on accident.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, God.
She broke off her arm while she was stoned.
he kind of processes that and is like, okay, I got it. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. Depetrification. I have this. I got it.
And also the reattachment of the arm.
Well, good news on that front. We did just harvest a lot of troll parts, so regeneration is not an issue.
Okay.
Don't you guys have regeneration potion? Or did you use it in your?
I gave mine away.
Oh,
That is the least surprising sentence I've ever heard in my entire life, Jonas.
Wait, regeneration works on bringing them back from petrified?
No,
No, the arm.
it does reattach limbs.
Okay.
Or regrow them if you don't have the limb on hand, I suppose. But that's
I just
a
figured,
very unpleasant process.
thought, well, because I was like, I can't really just, like, here's one from my homies, and then it reattaches.
I mean, you could have, but it wouldn't have worked.
Is there stuff?
It's an expensive thing to mess with. I prefer to defer to the professionals here.
Wise decision. Well, let's not keep her waiting, I suppose. So let's kind of like clink, 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 clink.
Amazing.
Yeah.
While Forrest is doing this, does just
Glug, 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 glug.
Like
smokes
with
big
what?
drinks. Smokes.
With
Andersville's finest.
Make a constitution.
Yeah, I was hoping you would say that. That's just like, it's been some bullshit today. I got a 13.
No, you're fine for now. You've got it. You feel a little bit like, woo, okay, but now you're just like,
Takes the edge off.
yeah, you're like, next, okay. I'm not stressing about the missing arm of your companion as much. Forrest grabs a potion that is in a stone vial, like it's like this, almost like a rock that he has something with a stopper in it. So one of those, and he has a potion that you recognize, this bright, like electric apple flavored looking potion. So he grabs both of them, he puts them in a little pack so that he doesn't have to carry them, and he kind of like runs as fast as he kind of is safe to do so. But he's rushing. He's also small, so it takes him. It's a bit of an effort to move quite that fast. So he is moving.
Doesn't follow along.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm of course rushing along.
Yeah, he's gonna reach Yasadi, who's in this like battle Sam's arm, and he's just like, okay, just so everyone knows, there might be some screaming. I can't reattach the arm beforehand.
Can I
Oh.
help in any way?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, I was gonna cast spells, and then I realized I have no spell slots.
Okay.
This is gonna like kind of like rip some cloth, and she's gonna like tie her hand and try to plug her ear.
Could I get a boost, please?
Yes.
Pick up Forrest, because he has to like pour it over her, and he's small, and she's like a big old dragon. Okay, you see him pop open. He's like, okay. He pours it over, and you just see like the luster, like from top down, kind of return to her scales, and like the stone kind of like chips away and reveals once again like flesh and the metal of her armor. It's almost like she was covered in like a fine layer of stone that kind of like falls away. And she says, and you see her like lurch forward as if she was going to attack something, and then her arm isn't there, and then she kind of like looks around, and she looks at you guys, and she looks to her right, and she sees her petrified arm on the ground, and she's just like, ugh.
I shoved poppy seeds in her mouth, which is basically opium
Okay.
from my medical stuff.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't bite your fingers.
That's gonna happen.
God, then.
You know what I'm real good at? And it's not dex saves.
Unless you roll.
8.
All right, you take 1 piercing damage as she bites your fingers. And mark yourself as disadvantaged with all sleight of hand checks until you rest.
Yeah, got hurt.
Make a lot of sleight of hand check. I'll keep that in mind.
You say that, but I'm the DM. Anyway, luckily there's enough of the potion for Forrest to also pour onto her arm. So as she's kind of like
Good.
she like you see her eyes kind of glaze over because she was just hit with more opium than is probably legally required or medically required.
The correct amount.
So she's like her eyes go like from the like because like I picture like the dragon eyes have like the like the cat slits.
Yeah.
So like her eyes just dilate and she's just like she has a blank expression now.
Oh my god. Is she high?
No, she's not in pain.
I guess there's no difference.
I'm gonna make her dude. Like as you say, there's no difference, and you toss it back. She also, like as if she was also taking a swig, falls back and just kind of like passes out.
It's the appropriate amount for somebody who's lost an arm. Because, nobody wants to be in pain. I'm good at my job.
True, but now she can't. Well, I mean, okay. And then Forrest kind of like takes the arm and kind of like puts it where it's supposed to be and like tries to make sure that it's like in the socket correctly. And
Just look at the thumbs. Okay. Thumbs.
Now
Thumbs are going
now
right.
you can say-
the arms are backwards. Oh.
now you can take your time and make sure it's perfect.
Yeah, just like this. All right. And he then, you see him open her mouth and kind of like pour the regeneration potion into her mouth and like closes. You can see him like he's not super like confident that this is how this is the proper way to do this, and he's kind of like wincing.
Massage the throat and it'll make them swallow. Yeah, there you go.
He doesn't like this. This is why I didn't become a doctor.
It's a really rewarding
I'm
profession.
gonna imagine that because bones are reconnecting, it's gonna be like.
It doesn't sound like because bones are being reconnected. It's a socket. So it's like the bone. It's like your shoulder being put into its socket. So there's not a lot of bones that are being reattached.
Did the socket, did the ball of the socket get broken off into the socket though?
Essentially. Okay. It's bad. It's not great. Anyway, but yeah, there's a bit you hear like the little of like some bones being knitted together, but it's mostly like the flesh kind of coming together, and then you just kind of see Forrest like and like kind of tug on it just a little bit, and he tugs on it a little bit harder. You're like, okay, it is attached.
Fascinating.
This was horrifying.
Isn't that bad?
You are a great surgeon.
Forrest, I'm sorry.
Surgeon is when they remove the.
Oh, this is not surgery. This would be.
No, this is anti-surgery.
You're a great anti-surgeon.
Thank you.
Surgeons only remove it.
I'm gonna go make a different potion. And he kind of like walked away because he's like a little bit frazzled from this entire ordeal. He's not usually involved in the actual deploying and like
Maybe a potion of opium.
Pain meds. Yeah.
maybe something a little less strong.
Oh, yes, yes.
We do actually have some stuff for your potions if you wanted it.
Is this addictive, by the way?
Only vaguely, and if you're not like under the treatment of a qualified physician,
And you're
which I
qualified,
am.
so that's fine. Okay, so they're not going to be like, okay, that's good.
Questionable.
Yeah, she didn't want to be going through withdrawal. Anyway,
John, as history teacher, is going opium war, opium war, opium war.
It's
there were a lot of conflicts about this kind of thing in the real meat space world. But in Fantasyland, it's fine. So
It's fantasy.
you guys have traumatized Forrest just a little bit.
but we got stuff for you if you want really cool stuff.
I
He's-
was told to ask him.
He's not mad at you. He's just traumatized because this is not his usual purview. His usual thing is, as a shopkeeper, giving you a potion that you can go and do something with. Usually he's not the one fixing the problems. So he's a little
This is Force Villain arc.
Yeah, he's a little upset, but
Will
Since we
green
become
slime mold make you happy? Or
no.
some fiendish residue?
Well,
Right? Yeah, it's wizard slime mold.
what?
Oh, I
It's
found
what?
this. And I pull out a vial
Uh-huh.
of. Hold on, sorry,
Uh-huh.
I gotta check my inventory.
Mm-hmm. Unbaited breath.
What else? do we have?
Mysterious vial of water-like substance that I found in the area where you had all the chemical like
Mhm,
stuff.
mhm.
I just had it for. I found this. I thought I don't know what it does.
It's water-like.
Smells like water.
Then it'll be fine.
Okay, like hammers the stopper back into it. It may have other properties that are odorless. I'll have to run a few checks.
Yes, please do.
But he does feel better now because you've given him something to kind of take his mind
Yeah.
off. He's like, oh, a fun thing that I can do.
Yeah.
And not think about the fact that I just basically had to re-sew somebody's arm back on.
Do a little bit of
Anti-surgery.
Yeah, a lot of bit of flesh crafting.
You know, some wizard slime mold and some fiendish residue to go with it.
He looks at the fiendish residue, like, I'm imagining that this is just like a little pouch that you have some like powder in.
2 units of common fiendish residue.
Nice. It's like, oh yeah, I can do something with this. Sure. What? You kind of like, yep, yep, that's brimstone, all right.
It's fiendish, all right.
And he kind of like sniffs, like you can see, like he like looks like he's about to sneeze for like just a second, and then kind of like shakes it off. Like, okay,
That's nothing to sneeze at.
that does seem to be the catchphrase of the session, doesn't it? All right, so you've given Forrest the unknown water-like substance, and also your fiendish residue, and also, I guess, the slime mold.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now you guys are in Cliffhaven proper, and what would you like to do? There's a lot of places to stop by and a lot of updated ones.
So there. Like, well, who else has moved in? That's like since the development. Like, what else is anything else popped up that's cool? And
There's not a lot of new things. There's a lot of things that have been updated.
Is it what time of day is it? Because a lot of us were like injured / like
It's pretty late in the day. Like it's probably just now
Okay.
starting to become like the sun started down. The
Okay.
sky is starting.
like shops might start to close. at
Yeah,
this point.
like the
Okay.
the sky is turning from its blue to a little bit of an auburn. So
Okay.
this is gonna well, since it's that late, this is gonna be like, well, it's been a long couple days / 3 months, so I think I might turn in early.
You guys want to?
Well, we could drink.
I think I'm going to get some extra sleep. But does shopping sound good tomorrow?
A little shopping trip.
Yeah, I'm out of money, so I can't buy anything. So I'll just it's the best time to shop.
I'm pretty broke too, actually.
we could work in the town and go fishing for a week and make money.
well,
I'm at 7 gold.
Terrible idea to go on a little fishing trip again.
you guys, while you may not have like material gold, you do have some items you can sell. So
It's true.
Did I put the boots on or no?
nobody put on or are using any of the magical items.
I don't remember.
It was a staff.
There's a boots and then there's a rod.
Yeah, I did the. I used the earth binding.
You do also have a book, but the book is not especially magical as far as you can tell.
but might be intriguing to our.
Someone may pay for it though. Perhaps somebody at a library.
Yeah.
Or other kind of archival service.
Libraries don't have money.
In my fantasy world, they do.
Fantasy libraries were
The-
acquiring
The
knowledge.
most unrealistic part of my world is that libraries have funding.
Wow.
Honestly, thank God.
Honestly,
Or
thank the gods.
Thank he. Oh no.
Groups?
Yeah, Groups.
Put us on it.
I'm sure he had something to do with it, right?
Yeah.
Avid reader, Groosh.
Groosh loves libraries. He's mostly interested in military tactics, but you know.
He's mostly interested in stabbing you in the eye.
Yeah.
Korost might be interested in
To stab yourself in the eye.
I don't know if he distinguishes against which eye is being stabbed. But he just appreciates if you stab your own eye that you are doing it for him.
Yeah.
I think that if you stab other people's eyes, he is also pretty interested.
Sure, he's pretty interested in that.
Would you say we have a long rest?
I would say that if you would like to take a long rest, you can.
I would like a long rest.
Are there new sailors for me to
There's always
Like
new
my
sailors to
wounds
find.
with?
There's
Old
always
sailors.
Hey,
there's new sailors. There's old sailors. Do you want some new boys, or do you want some old hands?
Some old hands.
boys, girls,
He
anything?
likes those
you know?
G-Delfs.
Whoever seems available. Tits, dicks. Let's do it.
Wait.
What?
I intended to use the term boys.
No,
gender
I got
neutrally,
you.
but
I
yeah.
got you.
Sorry, I was looking at my hit points for Jaunus, and I was like,
Yeah, how are they doing?
well, I'm 49 now. I was at 20. But I was like, I'm a level 6. Why does Hoagie have so much more? He has like double my hit points.
Yes.
At the same
That
level.
Tough feet.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Toughest.
So yes, go ahead and mark down a fully healed, and then regain half of the hit dice that you've spent on short rest if you have done so.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll for boning?
You got new bone dice out.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know it
Make
rolled
persua-
it too earlier.
Make a general persuasion roll.
Sweet. Now I know you rolled a 2 earlier, but you're gonna do better than that. Well, 8 is better than 2. 12.
Yeah, you find someone that you're familiar with, and it's not too much of a hard sell. Be like, hey, yeah.
That's good because I don't have any spell slots to make sure they're clean and disease free. They're familiar, so I
Sure,
know.
okay, I got it. Yeah, all right.
I cast the spell 3 months ago.
He
They're
is-
probably
He
fun.
is still a sailor, but sure.
Bath time is fun time.
I'm just saying, a lot of things can happen in 3 months.
Especially if this is the kind of guy that likes to menstruate.
Especially if it's the type of guy who picks up women or picks up anybody.
I'm not a stranger. We just said we're familiar.
They are familiar. It's fine.
I'm just saying it was strange the first time.
You don't know that. I was in town for 2 whole fucking weeks.
Well,
Yeah, you get a good old romp with Wayne.
Wayne.
I like how we're naming sailors.
Yeah,
Is it Wayne or is it Wayne?
it's Wayne. Like Bruce Wayne.
It should be Wayne.
Wayne
Ooh.
and his twin brother Bruce.
I get them both?
No, just Wayne.
Damn.
Bruce is
Unlucky.
out. Bruce is out dealing with longshoreman Mike Tyson.
God.
Gotta kick him out every so often. Or he'll start ranting about how evil everybody is. Anyway,
Great.
it's now the next day. Congratulations on making it and surviving another day. Against all odds.
Honestly, though.
Especially me. Jesus Christ.
What would you like to do now? Now, and I should say, the Silver Sail is one of the few places that did not get a extensive renovation. It's pretty close to what it was before. The tavern was not chosen for an special enforcement, or reinforcement, I should say. We're gonna go to break.
Check out the rolling.
Rolling for what now?
Rolling for what now?
And Dice Legion, because you can get 10% off all of your really fun dice and dice accessories. You have to use the code lizards, but you know, that's pretty simple.
Please do.
Yeah, rolling for what now? Check out that promo.
Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the world of Eldenhelm, a magical place filled with mystery and majestic beasts. We follow the chronicles of our adventurers brought together by a mysterious being known as Vindon. Many exciting adventures await these unlikely heroes. Follow their excellent adventures on a podcast platform near you, right there, by you, on your phone.
What's your phone?
Oh, hi, Trouble.
Yeah, hi.
You're supposed to be with your party.
I heard you talking.
Oh, okay.
So I came over.
Okay. Well, head on back to your friends. You know, tell the people bye.
What people?
These ones. I mean,
No, I don't see you people.
you
Where?
know, just check out the podcast, guys. I need to
What's
get
a
her
podcast?
back. Come on,
What are you talking about? Like, people.
Rolling for What Now? Find us on all social media and wherever you get your podcasts. And flowcode.com/pages/rolling for what now.
You guys want to do a shopping? I think?
Yeah.
Well,
Shopping. Shopping's fun.
shopping montage.
Shopping montage.
I don't really know what to look for.
I don't need anything in particular.
Specifically, Des wants.
The largest question here is: do you guys want to sell anything that you have so that you can buy
Yes.
other things?
Yeah, I
You
would
know
like
what?
to sell. We don't. I think we want to probably sell the book because there's not.
I would take it to Koros and see.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. We should probably take it to Koros first, and then we'll be like, well, we're gonna sell it.
You know, I've got other Wizard Tower books.
Do you?
Yeah,
We
I got
actually did-
3 Wizard Tower books, 4 Wizard Tower scrolls,
Mm-hmm.
a fist-sized crystal.
Did you have written down what scrolls you have?
Nate, I wrote down ask Nate for the info, so I think you gave the info to Nate.
Yeah.
But I'm not positive.
Mm,
I also have smut books and smut leaflets.
Yeah, you took those from the library in Ravenhold.
Yeah, and they're mine now. So.
Don't-
Well, the leaflets I think I got from the Wizard Tower.
Got my spell book. Okay.
Hmm.
So what would you like to, you're trying to entice Koros into buying your crazy wizard
Smut
books?
books?
I mean, you could do that as well if you like.
They're my smut books.
They're your smut books? What?
I read them with my friends.
With Wayne.
Okay.
With the innkeepers.
So what are you doing? Give me what you're doing.
Sure, we're selling Koros some books.
Okay.
We've got other stuff to sell too, but
Yeah, we grabbed a bunch of the books from the wizard.
Koros is definitely one to buy the books off of you. You find him in the library and he kind of is surprised to see you. He's like, finally, what took you guys so long?
magic apparently.
Oh right, I think I do need to fix my hand crossbow.
Your hand crossbow is broken.
Ruh-roh.
I will allow you to do a sleight of hand check over the course of last night. I assume you would try and fix it.
Yeah.
Did that long rest heal up my poor little fingers?
Hmm.
Yeah, you're fine.
13.
13? Yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
You're very familiar with the inner workings of the crossbow, so it's not too much for you to be like, okay, this thing just one of the little like things just like bent a little bit, so you bend it back, click it in,
Okay.
and test it out if you apply, then it works. Cool. All right. So besides that, I'm trying to sell a book or books to Koros. So go ahead and tell me what you say to him and how you go about that. Because he is interested to hear what happened as well.
You know, we fought this magic man, and magic man had lots of magic books, right?
God, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, and so because of all that magic bullshit, pardon my, I don't really care.
It would be weird if you started to care about that now all of a
Right?
sudden.
Yeah. But because of all that bullshit, we kind of got stuck there.
Actually, I did.
But now we got books.
I don't remember if we grabbed these. I have written down novels about fantasies, long adventures, books about archaeology, dwarven kingdoms, anthologies about the rise and falls of local kingdoms. Those are the ones that I read.
It sounds like $3.
It
You
sounds
shoved
like
them
those
in
are
the-
books
in
you
the-
got from the library.
Yeah, from the library in the Wizard Tower.
Yeah, those I think are the
But
three.
those, I don't think those were in the lab.
No, they were in the library at the beginning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
along with 4 scrolls.
They're kind of mundane. Because he kind of looks them over and he's like, I mean, this library would probably appreciate them, but they're not really relevant.
Right. Well, we know where to take them.
Oh, I do have actually the scrolls written down.
Nice.
Scroll 1, low-level divine spell. Scroll 2 has a deep, rich purple color.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll 3, intricate scroll written in black ink. Scroll 4, intricate and detailed concentric circles, silvery ink. I don't know if they did.
Well, you wouldn't. You're not especially learned in the arcane arts.
Okay. So, yeah, those are the scrolls.
Yeah, see magic scrolls with silver ink and shit.
He kind of looks at them and he's like, I would need time to decipher all of these. Scrolls are a bit of a hobby of mine as well. So if you would like to sell them to me, I'll at least. He kind of looks them over. I'll give you 20 gold for the lot of them.
Just for the books.
For the scroll specifically.
For all 4 of
The
them?
book. I'm not negotiating with yet.
Okay.
If you want to add the book, you can. But he's only said the scrolls.
What about these notes on transmutation I found? The plane of Earth. They're written by an Alice Verbella.
I'm familiar with his. Is that who was at the tower?
I don't. We couldn't identify it.
Probably.
It became a dragon, a geodragon.
Everyone wants to be a dragon nowadays.
I know.
They seem-
Get your own identity.
They seemed strange. They were slowly going crazy.
As wizards are known to do.
You'll notice in some of the books that are notebooks, they start saying and seem to become scribble. These ones were fairly well written. They were just about transmutation and the planet.
Well, it makes sense about the geodragon. Then it kind of takes. I assume you're all right.
Yeah.
So he looks at him, flips through it. You hear. There is some interesting insights that he has written down here. And I fancy myself a transmutation expert myself, so 50 gold
That
for a lot?
That works for me. I
I feel like that's a fair value.
I know as a wizard you might use arcane crystals or something, or at least be able to identify them. And I pull out some of the stable crystals I found on the 3rd floor alchemist supplies. They're not the fragile ones. And so I hand, I think I have like 3 of them. I just hand those over. Do you know what these are? If they're of value, or are they? I describe, the 3rd floor and everything that we found.
Nothing I'm familiar with. This must have interesting properties. I can't give you a value. I'll give you 10 gold for a lot of them.
That's fine with me. I don't have use.
Kind of like puts him. He kind of like you see. He's usually not quite as interested in what he is, but you see his eyes kind of like, interesting.
We saw creatures similar to this, golems and cats and all manner.
Golem cats?
You could say that.
Wow, the highest of magic.
Yeah, it was interesting. There was even this almost stained glass golem. It came from a window. It flew. Quite the fury it was.
Well, that just sounds cool.
There's also.
The cats were pretty cool. Pet the cat.
Is the cat still there?
Oh,
I
yeah.
assume it came.
She did grab the cat.
Okay.
Remember that? Yeah.
He's like astounding.
Yeah.
He was able to breathe life into this mutated crystal.
Hey, that feels really mean.
Well, it is by definition mutated, not in a bad way.
It is not a natural formation. I will tell you this immediately.
You're perfect and nobody can say anything different about you.
You hear it make like this scratchy, like something is like it's meowing, but it's like through a bunch of rocks falling essentially. It sounds very strange.
He says adorable.
I don't know how much they've told you. I was looking at some of the books in the library, but there was a demonic, devilish presence there. Maybe pulling the strings, would you say, Dez?
Pulling the screens?
Of Iris, this wizard.
Strains.
Strings, yes.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Like a marionette. Did you see Shauna's like...
What did it look like?
They were solid, did we?
What are you referring to? Are you talking about
The
imp?
demonic chanting and like the... it's like the books.
Yeah.
Oh, the Aleph?
Yeah, that stuff. Yeah.
You saw it controlling eyeless as he
Okay.
was fighting.
Yeah,
Like,
that's when we're
that was the second. It was like the first stage was just him being like kind of watery and weird, and the second was him with the Alec kind of like puppeting him.
like Super Saiyan, second
Yeah.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah. And then the third phase was them merging with the dragon orb into the fucking giant dragon,
Yeah.
essentially.
I was just kind of describing that.
But yeah, you did see the Alec, and you saw like that was the haunting presence that
Okay.
I'm referring
Okay.
to.
Yes, I described that.
So interesting. And Alec corrupted him with forbidden knowledge. And that forbidden knowledge was the dragon orb.
Which we have.
Did we make sure?
That seems like a good thing to mention beforehand.
Yes, we have that in another orb too.
In that case, and he kind of like you see him take out a piece of paper and like a quill kind of appears in his hand as he writes something down. And like you can see him, he's not like hiding it. He writes it down on the piece of paper, and then like as he's writing it, it disappears off the piece of paper.
Okay. What are you guys saying?
I was gonna say, we want to make sure there's no imps before we start talking about orbs.
Sure.
Oh,
Oopsie.
wait.
Oh, wait, I can do that. Hey, I can do that.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, you got an easier way to do it?
Yeah. I get 4 a day.
Yeah, do that. I didn't pick my spells.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the divine sense.
Yeah, you do.
60 feet.
Yeah, you sense a devilish presence.
Okay.
Does it tell you exactly where it is, or does it,
As long as it's not hidden behind total cover. So I get the idea if it's there, but if it's behind total cover, I can't pinpoint it.
you can't pinpoint it?
Okay. So like
Yes,
I'm in mid sentence as I'm like
Mhm.
doing the thing as kind of stop. Interesting. And I looked at Des.
Is this gonna like just use the look that he's getting really serious, and she'll like pull out the longbow and she'll
Kind of-
notch in an arrow.
Can I do a perception check?
I almost want to make you do an insight check so you can
Oh, yeah.
tell if you can pick up what he's doing.
Jean is horny.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
like I know you guys,
Not
you guys
as
are you guys are chill, but like I
Yeah.
want to know if you guys can actually like read each other's intentions like that.
That's not bad roll.
Well, I mean, you're 27.
See, it's just not yes. Yes. So you see Jonas kind of like give you a look, and he's not exactly the subtle type anyway, so you can kind of like determine like something is off. So you see what do you do actually? Because I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
I was hoping I could do, since we're both alerted, could we both make perception checks? Would that be it?
Absolutely.
And I think Dez is going to say, like, well, like, probably just keep talking. Like,
Yeah, that was an interesting place that we were in.
Go ahead and you have advantage because you guys are doing a very clever thing that I like.
21.
Okay.
I got a 25.
Yeah. So you kind of like are speaking and talking, and you kind of like move it, and then you look to one of the aisles, and like you do it in like a way that's like this, and one of the books, like you feel like the thing is gonna go like I can't really do it, but like you hear somebody knock into the bookshelf, and one of the books falls up.
Whoops.
All right. Dez is going to, like, well, because I think, we did that, so he knows we're here.
You know, like yes,
He's over here. No, she's going to, like,
Yep.
Could we
No.
see them or no?
you cannot see anything. You do, but you know where they are because you knocked into the books, and you can kind of tell like where, like how.
can I try to hunter's mark?
Can you only do a 100 mark on things you can see?
That's a good point. Let's see. Oh, yeah. When you can see within range.
Yeah, then no.
Yeah, I could do the thing. I would do either.
You can attack that area, but you cannot.
Yeah, I'm not
target
trying
it.
I'm not trying to kill it.
Actually,
So I know the area-ish within 20 feet.
Yes.
Sweet.
well, actually, I have a question. So, and this is up to you, because it kind of starts to dive into, well, does it seek something out? But a gale bolt. I have something called a gale bolt.
What is the description of the
This is-
ability or spell?
I will preface this is one of those Kibble's tasty spells.
That's fine.
It's a blast of concentrated wind streaks towards a creature of your choice within range.
That implies
Make
you
a
can see
ranged
it.
spell attack.
Yeah, you need to be able to see it. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Well, no. If it's an attack, like if to roll to attack it,
It's
then you can do it, but you have disadvantage on the attack. Yeah, if this is a free like just throwing it, or you have to like make a roll to do it, then that's fine. Because I know Hunter's Mark is there's no roll involved besides the fact that I'm rolling for the unshackling here because
disadvantage to me. So
not quite.
just a 2 is the base roll, but I don't think my modifiers will be a good one.
No, and I was gonna get in like my unshackling roll didn't help you either, so it does not work. It's like you just kind of throw out this gale bolt, and this is a cantrip. Or is
No,
it a
this
spell?
is a spell, first level spell.
It just kind of like a bunch of like loose paper kind of like flaps into the air, and there's like a bunch of things. And like, but one of the things that does happen is one of the pieces of paper catches on something, and is is pushed in a certain direction, like pushing like toward the other side of this little aisle that you guys have.
Okay. Okay, so I can kind of like I can see the paper. I can see that it was pushed to one side, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna shoot a net bolt at that spot.
Can you do a second thing?
Oh no, sorry. This would be a separate.
Yeah,
We're good.
This would be sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a turn. I'm gonna give you a turn, and then after that, it's gonna be a there's gonna be some contesting things to kind of unless you guys get into a
Okay.
proper combat,
Okay.
and then we'll go to initiative.
All right. So the thing I'm gonna try to do then is a gust of wind to bring that area towards me.
Okay, so you're basically saying like get over here,
Yeah, essentially. Yes.
and that is an area effect that he has to make.
Yeah. It's
So they make a saving throw against. I'm assuming.
Strength save.
Okay, so that's the unshackling. Okay, so they're going to have disadvantage on their strength save because that was a pretty powerful roll, and their saving throw is a 11. I'm assuming that does not succeed.
It does not. I am a 14.
All right, so you just see like there's like kind of loose papers kind of like drifting
It
down,
is a strong spell, so it is gonna.
and I feel like
yeah.
everything just kind of flies towards you,
Okay.
and like you feel something like kind of like clank off of your armor.
Okay. I'm gonna try to do like a dex save and see if I could.
I was exactly going to tell you to do that.
All right.
So make a dexterity saving throw to try and catch whatever just ran into you.
I think it's not Addie doing this.
Oh, I'm 11 dex.
Oh no, just because she still has disadvantage all day.
No.
Oh wait,
rest,
oh
got
the
long
one
rest.
No,
okay.
that's fine.
That's fine. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
His dex saves aren't the same.
Well, you know what? Today would be a day to use luck, right? So
Mm.
let's use a luck point.
Really had luck.
14 plus 0. So
I did forget that.
So that's the whole dot.
It's fine.
Persona bless me, yo.
All right, so you are able to grab onto this like little spiky, like you can feel like the spike sticking into your hand a little bit, and it kind of like squawks, like as like the invisibility kind of fades away off of this imp that you have now in your hands, and you see him kind of like you see like this little like coalescing going on in his hands as he's trying to do something. So
Koros, can you stop that?
and you see Koras kind of like throw out a little earth bolt. He kind of like goes in to do the thing, and I'm going to do this thing, and you just see this like little miniature earth hand just kind of like clasp over the imp's mouth, and the coalescing kind of.
We've been finding quite a bit of these Koros. Just holding me.
And you see them like. And Koras kind of like looks at it,
Can I cast Hunter's Mark on it?
Yes, it is now no longer invisible. You can't
that's
cast Hunter's Mark.
And I forget our description of that. Are you still moving forward with it's a cast, or are you saying it's a class feature?
I think we said it's a class feature.
Like a level 2 class feature?
What do you ask?
Oh, I guess that part doesn't matter, but like if it was like assigned to a class, it would be huge.
I like the idea that it's not necessarily magical because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think it should just be like a thing that you are able to like get an idea. Because like here's the thing, I've been doing kind of this thing where if you cast Hunter's Mark and you do well, I give it bonuses.
Yeah.
But it can also fail. So the question is, I'm going to leave it to you. Do you want that uncertainty, like that high risk, high reward type of thing, or do you want it to be more steady and more like consistent? Because that's up to you. I'm going to leave that to your discretion.
I guess the question is as far as how it works. So if it is a class feature, I still use it like I'm casting and concentrating.
Right. It is still a concentration thing, but I'm going to classify it as something other than magic, specifically because in this world, magic has like this uncertainty to it.
I think that because of the utility, okay, so I would still like if I wanted to cast it higher, I would still use it like a spell slot,
right?
Because otherwise it would just be like, okay, I get to know where they are for 24 hours or however long the max distance or the max time is.
Yeah. An hour.
Well, it's an hour for the base cast, but then if you upcast it, it's up to 24 hours. But so I'd still use a spell slot to use it.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be a spell.
Yeah.
Fully.
So you just want it to be a consistent spell?
I think I do because while the utility of it's cool to like make it do other things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I've used it before and it made it do double damage, right?
Yeah, and then you've also used it on the Geodragon. It made it so that everybody got the benefits of it as well. So that's one of the things. And we can talk about it later. We don't have to make the decision right now. But for now, I'm going to, like, because we haven't made a decision, I'm going to keep it as if it's a spell.
Yeah.
And then we can keep, and then we'll discuss it later.
Yeah.
I'm going to have, Whisper, do you want to hold this? I'm like holding the imp.
And it's like this freaking, like, weird, like, it's wriggling and fucking trying to, like, you see this.
It's much bigger than me, right?
It's like this like, scorpion tail, like, flailing around.
And I've got Dragonite, so I'll just go.
Yeah. So I just kind of headed over because you are way bigger than me.
Careful, you got claws. Yeah.
And it kind of like freezes.
Yeah.
So,
That's
like we were saying, we found a lot of these. They seem to be spying on us.
That is what they are known to do, true. What do you want to do with it?
I mean, I was just going to quickly and swiftly dispatch it, but... Oh, you don't want to die?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Koros.
No 10,000 years of punishment? How do we know you won't talk, though? And she looks really cold at him. Like...
So, Koros, the problem I have is that we keep finding them, but every time we kill them, we technically send them back. Is that right?
Yeah, that you can't kill them on the material plane. They kind of just turn into this goo, which is kind of gross. But
I heard it makes money.
it has some alchemical properties. It's not useless, but it's far less useful than an actual imp, I would imagine.
So you're not useless. So they could technically be reporting back when we kill them.
It depends. Is its master on the abyssal plane or on one of the hells, or is it in the material plane?
From what we've collected, there's something called is it Abishai? Abishai?
Abishai are just another classification of a specific type of demon
Okay.
or devil.
We believe the last one we questioned said they were serving an alluding they serve an Abishai.
That tracks. I imagine that most Abishai are still on the planes of hell.
So we'll be sending them back to hell then.
I would assume so, but again, I would also assume that the planes of reality wouldn't be coming undone. So I hesitate to say with any definitive answer that it is one or the other. Just know that that is what happens.
Our thoughts have been that the Abishai are working with the Knights of Tiamat, right?
That's been the understanding.
That would make the most sense of anything. If anyone is pulling the strings for any kind of draconic evil, it would be Tiamat and her retinue of jailers / soldiers.
So would we assume that the Knights of Tiamat are soldiers to the Abishai, or vice versa?
Depends on how powerful they are, because devils usually go by a hierarchy.
There's been some strong ones. Even Butcher before his death was extremely strong.
Oh, that was a key piece. He was instrumental.
And there was a red one, wasn't there?
I don't remember if Des saw the red one. I know that
You saw the red one with me,
You
right?
mentioned seeing a red one.
That was the
She believed
yeah.
you, but she
That was
doesn't.
at the fire. Like when they made the firewall, and I tried counting the firewall.
Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
and blue and
That's when you and I both went down, right?
red and blue and white and
I believe you guys were given his name. His name is Dietrich.
Okay. We've seen everybody but a green. We don't think we've seen a green, if I remember right?
You have not seen a green dragonborn with the knights.
Yeah. Just show caution, obviously. Yeah. Because I think
You've seen Shabash.
Yeah.
Listen.
So,
So what to do with this one?
Addy, what do you think? What do we do with this one?
I mean, I'd like to have it as a pet. It can join, the cat and pine salt.
We named the cat, didn't we? We named the Pickles. Or you want to be a pet? Well, what do you want to do then?
I mean, she does have a bit of a thing with eyes, harvesting them.
Yeah. You wanna join group, Shazam?
This is just no nonsense with this kid. She wants to kill it so bad.
He keeps trying to pull it off, but it's not working.
Would I know that because charm person says humanoid?
It's not a humanoid.
Okay, so and you would assume
I'm not going to make you
Okay.
that's you would assume so.
because that would be like one of the things that he would think about.
Like in your brain, you wouldn't consider this thing a person.
Okay.
Not to be racist.
Would an Abishai be humanoid-esque or no? Because they're
That would be. You'd make an insight check
Okay.
or a knowledge check, whichever one you want to take.
Yeah,
Because that's not quite as cut and
a
dry.
little more blurred lines.
Yeah, that's.
Whisper,
I'm trying to think of the word, but yeah, essentially.
whisper your thoughts.
Huh? Oh.
He's starting to wiggle a little bit more now because you haven't stabbed him enough to dissuade him from doing so.
He's really squirmy.
Well, theoretically, we could bargain with them, right?
I've tried that.
We could try to get information, and if they don't give information, we kill them.
You have gotten some useful information out of him.
Yeah,
Not-
we
not-
found the Abishai.
Not crucial information, but
Yeah.
useful ones.
Okay, you got one shot, buddy.
Koros, could you assist?
It basically falls into pebbles. Ah, finally! You guys are rude.
I think being a little fly on the wall is a little bit rude too. I think it's tit for tat.
Well, call me a little rude boy then.
Little rude boy.
It's nice to meet you, little rude boy.
I heard about you. You're weird. Let me go. And he kind of starts
It's really rude.
I told you had one shot. Answer the questions or stab.
make a perception check.
This already has a crossbow, really.
Anybody looking at the guy, make a perception check.
She's just like perception.
Yeah, everyone make a perception roll.
18.
7.
23.
Okay.
23.
22.
Click. All right, so everybody except for Jean-Ed and Shapash. You see, as this little dude is flailing around, he's trying to hide it behind the hand, but you can see once again there's a dark shadow with a red tinted coalescing around his hand,
Stab.
and then he loses it. Okay, fine. Jeez. What?
Giannis?
What were you sent here to find out?
Whatever I can, because I'm spying on you losers. What do you want from me?
Is your master here or on where you come from? You're playing.
I'm not telling you that.
Squeeze.
Make an attack. With advantage, you got it. You pretty much did the rights.
Still for 20.
Stab him in the neck.
So, squeeze. Oh.
Arm falls off. Too soon. Too soon.
The bonus for my arm, do you think?
Yeah, it's an unarmed strike.
Okay. 23?
Alright, yeah, go ahead and roll for damage.
It's just 4.
Okay. So, like, you, like, digs into him. You can see, like, the ichor that turns into kind of, like,
I mean, my
seeps
claws
out
are a
of him.
different thing, but I'm just squeezing.
Are you not stabbing him? You're
Oh, that's
Just squeezing.
Well, in that case, you just see his
Stab
eyes
him for
like
damage.
bulge out a little bit as you kind of like increase the pressure in his body. He's like, stop! Okay. God, 1,000 years of drowning pain and fucking burning like ain't worth this shit. Some of them are on the material plane.
Are they the Knights of Steel?
They are definitely on the material plane.
Is there an Abishai?
Can you imagine if they actually came to the layers of hell? God, they would have such a terrible time.
Are you-
That place sucks.
I can't imagine it, actually.
You don't know what you're talking about. That place sucks. There's a reason why I'm being strangled right now instead of being just sent there by getting my head chopped off or whatever.
What is the next orb you're looking for?
What orb?
Insight.
It's all inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
14.
It's gonna be a dirty 20.
You can't quite. You're like he might be telling you, but you know that he is moving out.
Dez is gonna like kind of hold the crossbow a little bit. Like,
Okay. I don't know what the orbs do. All I know is that I was supposed to see if you guys had any. All I know that if you guys have an orb, I'm supposed to tell them about it. They don't tell me shit. I'm just the guy to look at y'all while invisible, as great as I am at that, clearly.
Who do you tell them? Not specifically.
The knights.
About any particular color?
The red one.
Sweet.
so
You guys have like a hard limit on this shit, by the way. I'm not answering all these questions for the rest of my goddamn life.
This one. How about 2 more?
well, I had one.
You picked a weird one because now I can't like negotiate properly.
Just saying, 2 more.
Fine, 2 more.
Yes.
And then you'll let me go? Not stab me in the head?
We will not
Definitely
stab you in the
not.
head.
Not turn me into weird goo?
I don't know what
Probably
turns you into
not.
goo, so I cannot promise it.
You're fucking lying.
No, I don't know what. I mean, if I slap you, does it turn you into goo?
If you do it hard enough, yeah.
I might turn you into goo then.
Who slaps somebody? Jeez.
I've been known to do it here and there.
Who throws a shoe?
Oh, me too. Just
God, y'all.
I
Then they say we're the bad guys.
I will not turn you into goo.
See, that's not very reassuring.
Either.
Because there's like 5 other people here.
I'm just saying, I will not.
God damn it. Just ask me freaking questions.
So you're bound to work for the Knights of Tiamat, and if you
God, I'm bound to so many goddamn people. You have no idea what it's like down there. It's freaking bureaucracy. Hell, literally.
sounds like a lot of paperwork.
Fucking paperwork, but it's in blood.
Well, and I think is a new definition of wet work. I'm thinking that
Good joke.
So what's to stop you from working for a small little band of heroes to investigate the Knights of Tiamat?
The contract the blood my contract is written in mostly.
Right, but I mean, you know,
Are you saying you want to make a deal? Because now we're speaking metaphorically the same language, but also kind of literally because of what you in common.
How does that change your contract? It doesn't?
It doesn't. It's just another contract. Don't worry your little mortal brain about it. It's all kind of weird, twisty bullshit.
She's gonna kind of glance over at Koros and see like what his reaction is to this.
Korast, who I'm not going to voice because my voice is already feeling very bad by voicing this imp, kind of shrugs. Like, I mean, he's fine. It's a contract.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have eyes. Then we could get a
He
step in.
will report what he knows, but he also will be bound to report to you. Is essentially what's going to happen here. Like, you can't nullify his contracts without going to the person that actually owns that contract.
Yeah.
The multitude of them that there are, but you can give him a contract that he also has to follow if you want to do that.
I think it is a bad idea. There's nothing stopping his master from killing him.
What bad's ever happened by making a deal with the devil, honestly? Like, name one thing that's ever happened that's bad.
I haven't had no bad experiences.
Exactly.
Like the
Hey, don't we have like one more question?
We do.
That was a question, but sure, I'll be nice about it.
I wasn't asking you.
Technicalities.
He's certainly wrapped up in contracts. All right, though.
It's literally all we do all day, every day. The only reason I'm here is because of a contract. Let's be real here.
Practically a lawyer.
Where is the home base of the Knights of Tiamat?
I don't know.
Where do you report to?
We always have a meeting place specified by the knights whenever they have something to tell me to do some shit.
It's always different.
Yeah, it's never the same place twice.
Do you have a current one you're going to?
Yes.
Same place.
Also, this has been like 8 questions.
I know. See how nice you be.
God damn it. That's it. I'm done with your questions. Either let me go or pull me out of my misery.
Open it to about.
God, this is bureaucracy. I'm at home. I'm home now. In hell. Drown me in a lake of fire right now. God damn it.
Koros, is there any specialists that you have on the team that could get more information out of them?
Kind of like think about it. Like nothing concrete, like human out there. There's no.
Any way
There might be some in Holoport.
What about what's his face?
They love hunting
the
these
bounty
skull.
hunter. Skull. Yeah.
The tracker?
Yeah. What about the tracker? Doesn't he?
He doesn't necessarily specialize in demons. He specializes in scouting and tracking.
What about any arcane cages you could put this one in?
See, that wasn't part of the deal, though.
I don't want to kill you. That is part of the deal.
It wasn't not part of the deal.
You guys are good at this. Like, you look way smarter than you look. I'll give you that.
Really?
Thank you.
Ever the charm.
No one's ever said that
You're
to
much
me.
nicer than the last two that we could.
I feel like that's not much of a compliment, but thank you. And then make another perception check.
Natural 20 squeeze.
God fucking damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll it.
Don't even bother with it. Like, he
23.
starts to coalesce again, and then you just shake him. And he's like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm going to cast it anyway, and you want to stop me, you can kill me. All right, here we go. And he's-
I kill him.
Okay. And he turns into goo into your hands.
Told him I wouldn't kill him.
I didn't.
I guess you really wanted 10,000 years of
Fair.
punishment that bad.
I guess he considered his current predicament worse than 10,000
Abdi,
years.
did you want to collect some of the goo?
Oh, we should
course.
collect the goo for Forest, yeah.
Does one of you want to do some magic and shit to get it off my hand?
Rest of the shape. Oh, I do. Ooh, if I do that.
You already did it.
Forest is going to be so disappointed.
I'm sorry. I have to go by what you do.
You're good.
Forest is going to cry a little bit inside.
I don't care. My hands are so
Off the hands,
clean.
just some of it drip on the floor.
It was literally just like this
Oh,
group that he like, turned into.
Next time we should feed it to Pine Soul, see what happens.
Give me Pine Sol just for like extra clean.
That would have also been a good idea. Just use Pine Sol.
I don't know. What to?
It gets all the little bits from underneath your fingernails.
Oh yeah.
You're
So I guess-
always my favorite Pine Sol.
Next steps
Pickles
is, I
and
guess we
baby
gotta just, raise a demon, have a contract, and then,
Wish we would have found out the location, but it is good to know that the knights are directly behind us and that they are the ones sending out these imps.
I can put up a circle so that imps can get inside it if you want.
Okay, good idea next time.
Yeah.
Regardless, we have the orb.
Excellent.
Seem to have
I've already relayed that to the.
We also found another orb, didn't we? Whisper. It was you weren't drawn to it, all right? Because there were two orbs. There was one that was a dragon orb, right? And then there was one that was not, but was similar.
Yeah, no, I got that.
It wasn't really similar.
Okay.
It was similar to the dragon orb when the dragon orb seemed to be aligned with the elemental plane of Earth.
That's what.
But that was basically severed when you killed the dragon.
Okay.
So now it just kind of looks like a silver orb, like a jeweled orb, and the other thing looks like almost like an egg.
Yeah.
But it has like crystals encrusted into the rocky outcropping of like the body of it is rocky with crystals.
Of course, that last time they found out we had an orb, we were attacked. There's a good chance that another attack will be coming.
Assuming that he was the only one spying on you, I believe. I'm intentionally not doing his voice. I think you will be fine for now.
I mean, he's the one reporting back the information. It's not like as soon as he sees it, it's out there. He had to report back, but she was about to.
Is there a place you would like us to store?
I'm glad you asked that. And he kind of like puts the books and all the stuff that he bought from me down onto the table that he spent most of the time at the library at. Good news on that front. We've been able to finally open a stable portal to Raven.
Which is good.
Wow.
Stable.
Big D is getting it done.
He got it done pretty quickly after the initial kerfuffle, but yes.
Big D.
Well, unfortunately, he's already taken the trip back to.
He's gone already.
Yes. He's been gone for a few months now.
He finished quickly.
You really?
What?
That's what I love.
He
about
leaves.
Big D.
He just leaves. He just walks out, expecting you to follow him if you want to.
Tess will kind of just like follow, but like, yeah.
Full.
Okay. And he follows him into City Hall, where once again you guys had tried to set up that portal that one time into the back rooms of City Hall. The mayor's not there. There's a couple guards, but they all kind of instantly recognize you, and they're just like, "Oh, hey, you're back." They don't stop or anything. So you go into this pretty moderately sized room in the back of City Hall, and at the moment there's only a portal over one pedestal. But you can see that there's several other pedestals that seem to be set up for future teleportation needs. But because he didn't have any specific requests, he just kind of like went back and went back to Ringel, and now there's a stable portal that you don't have to travel a bunch with. It's for convenience.
And it's north, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Pretty far north.
It's a
Like 2 weeks or something like that.
yeah, it's a significant march. The ride on horseback isn't that long, but it's a good distance.
Notice that they built it inside, so hope they don't mind a horse clock.
Is your horse still alive?
I still need to find that one out, and she's gonna like give you like a concerned like. Better be.
Where's my goddamn word?
I want to make sure that they have the orb. Is there a pedestal to put it on? You said right, or like because they need the orb, right?
Oh yeah, he's basically saying bring it back to the headquarters of the Pillars of Bahamut.
Okay. So we drop off this orb, but we also have some things to sell still. Do you think we get a better price over in Raven's Keep, Raven's Hold? Ravenhold.
I mean, there's certainly more eclectic. From the descriptions I've heard, it's more eclectic, so they might have more specific vendors who have more specific needs and interests.
Yeah.
Ravendale, fuck.
I also thought it was Rivendell.
No.
I was like, am I just remembering things already?
Every time I think Ravendale, I think of Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
Riverdale.
I'm so upset.
Yeah.
I'm so upset.
Was it River or Riven?
It's Rivendell.
Rivendell.
One of those days.
I don't know what to do about that.
Nothing.
We'll just make me look like a dumbass. It's fine. Let's go.
You're good.
I mean, there has been a significant amount of time that's passed for us to do this episode.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's totally
That's
understandable.
no problem at all.
If it helps, I didn't even notice you hadn't said the right names.
I was saying it. I'm just like,
Honestly, we could. I mean, the place is called Ravendale. The nickname for the the grotto and stuff that's there could be Ravenhold.
sure.
The Ravenhold.
The Raven. That's fine. That makes sense.
I like it. I'm writing it down in my notes. It's fun.
Ravenhold within Ravendale.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know where places are.
Yes, they want you to bring it to Ravendale to put it into the Pillars of Bahamut's headquarters.
You want to go shopping in Ravendale?
Sure, I could use some of the latest fashions. I'm trying to figure out if they ever got that headscarf thing off the ground or if we went to ribbons.
Who's our money person, do you think?
Money person?
We didn't really have.
Okay, because we made 60 off Portland. It was 50 plus the 10 extra.
Figured he gave it to you.
I mean, who sold it to him? Because that's the person who has the money now.
I think you had the books and I had the orbs and shit, right?
You had the scrolls.
I had
Or at
the
least-
scrolls.
Or at least you wrote down the scrolls. I don't know.
Yeah,
if Des
Oh,
physically
you
have
had
them.
you had the physical.
Yeah, I think
Technically, I have.
Yeah,
it's all in the bag.
You gave them to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to hold them in that I don't buy myself much anyway.
Fair enough.
So the gold would just be.
Eventually, I was thinking of how much I get so I can make my tithe.
How much do you want to tithe?
No, I do my own tithe, not from your guys's.
He needs to know how much he personally makes.
I'm gonna like split up the gold like I do for that other game.
We'll do it later. Just
Yeah.
So difficult.
You don't have to make it into like part of the episode.
So much more effort than just having gold.
it would be 15 gold each because it was 60 gold.
We did it.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Do we want to split it up? I don't care.
Each get 15 gold.
add 15 gold to everybody's inventory then. Okay, so you guys go through?
So, and I mean, this does kind of throw a wrench into it, but like,
Des wants to know where her horse is.
too. But I know it kind of throws a wrench into the progression.
I mean, it depends on what you want to do, man. It's fine. If you want to like split off,
I think Des will probably be like, I'll catch up with y'all. I need to go find my horse real quick. So,
I mean, I'm happy to stay with you too.
I'm not going to make you do a whole rigmarole to find your horse. Your horse is at the stables of Cliffhaven. They brought it back and they've been taking care of it.
okay.
It's not going to be a big thing.
Well,
It really just is. If they go through before the two of you, they'll interact with people faster.
so what is going to be a big thing? Des running, and when she sees Land Biscuit, and then Land Biscuit super excited, is like,
Yeah, it's jumping
she's gonna
around.
run, and she's just gonna like jump on and like be so excited, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be this whole thing because Land Biscuit hasn't seen her in months, and
It's very sweet.
it's very cute. She's like brushing it. I love you.
Like tending to your horse.
It's great. It's wonderful.
You prefer horses to dogs then?
Oh, by miles.
Yeah.
By miles. Oh my goodness. Just like patting the horse and it's like
They're just so much dumber than dogs.
they're pretty damn dumb.
Dogs are pretty damn dumb too.
Dogs aren't known to chew on a fence post until they die.
Yeah, my dog.
That's what happens to the horses sometimes.
They're pretty dumb. They have memory like no, like they have a really good memory though. Of, like
Yeah.
the people that take care of them.
Anyway, congratulations, you've acquired a horse.
Yay!
You've reacquired your horse.
I'm going to bring it through the portal with us.
God.
Sweet.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to make you do anything crazy about it. It's just it's slightly awkward because you have to guide the horse through like some doorways. So you're just like down the horse, and then like eventually you're able to walk through the portal, and it's not a big deal.
That's like
That's-
the idea of Cross being like, the fuck?
Yeah.
It does be like, listen, it wasn't my idea to put it in the building. She's just gonna kind of walk it.
It needs to be
conditional, so I say.
All right. So
Maybe a barn door enhancement on the side here.
it's been a few minutes. Like I assume it was like half an hour or so at least from when you guys broke off, and then you go out to get your horse and then come back.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jonas and Whisper, you guys go through the portal of the portals for Ravendale, and you walk out, and it's also inside. So that'll be fun when you get there. And you immediately recognize the architecture as the inner sanctum of the library at Ravendale.
Yeah. With the desk one that had the whole cutouts for all the walls and stuff. Yeah.
So this is like the part where like it's a much older architecture, and there's lots of like ventilation and holes for these canaries.
Yeah.
Canaries, and then there's like pseudo dragons, and there's a bunch of like little creatures that are coming and going, delivering messages, etc. like that.
Yeah.
Milling about.
Yeah. Just lots of like. It's basically like if you could see every instant message going through the airwaves, it would be like that. Because there's a lot of messages going back and forth, and a lot of information being exchanged. All right, so two of you walk out, and in the room is Desiree. And he kind of like looks up, and he's like, "Oh, you used the port. Nice. How was the portal?
It's amazing.
Hey, works good.
It'd be good.
Thank God, right? We went through so much nonsense to get that going. We blew up City Hall in Cliffhaven. That's still coming out of my paycheck.
Sorry about that.
When are you gonna like actually get paid again?
I mean, I get paid. It's just like prorated. Like it takes a little bit out every week.
For the rest of your life, or
It just feels that way, honestly.
no?
Now, eventually, I'll pay it off with the actual wages, and I'll be done with it. But yeah, I tried to explain that it wasn't really my fault, and they didn't really buy it. Luckily, it's mostly covered by my insurance. I'm not paying for the whole thing.
That is good. That's good.
Wow, thank God for fantasy insurance.
Thank God for fantasy insurance.
I was waiting.
No, it's unlike the mayor to be unforgiving in that.
Oh, it wasn't the mayor's idea. Raquel was not pleased with me.
Oh.
Anyway, as you can see, we have it all settled now.
Yes, it works splendidly.
No issues whatsoever. It's all good,
Yeah, nothing could happen.
and nothing could ever happen to it ever again.
Yes. What?
This is known.
Those are sounding all around.
It's been a while. Where's the rest of you guys? Is everybody okay?
Tess was looking for the horse.
We saw Yasadi come through before. Did she? She looked upset.
She got stoned and then she lost her arm, and then she stopped being stoned, which made her really feel pain about her arm. And then she got rehab.
So it sounds like everything went great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Everything is okay. It was just a lot.
Yes.
So she's got every right to be upset.
Quick question out of character: who does have the orb?
Not me. I am forbidden.
You are forbidden. Okay. So you guys are just kind of there.
Yeah.
So you guys talking to Desiree. What do you guys want to do besides that?
I know they have to take the Orphan to a place, and so I'm going to excuse myself to go shopping because I will not be held accountable for what I do when I see an orb.
Yeah, I'll probably wait their arrival because I think they have the staff and the other thing that would make us money. So,
The rod and boots.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna wear the boots and use the rod.
We can see what it's worth first, or at least get identified. He smiled.
Oh, I'm just thinking of a funny thing to say as they come through.
What are you guys doing? Just waiting?
Yeah, I'm waiting in the
You
library.
guys are just gonna chill out.
Just a little bit.
Well, I mean, are you gonna stay in that thing, or are you going to go to the library?
I'm gonna stay at the portal. So yeah.
I'll
Well-
stay until they go to the library.
All right, in that case,
Just
you
say
guys
Chris
just
Cross.
kind of chill out, shoot with the Tezeric until two of you come through with the horse.
Go fish.
I didn't ask you if you had anything yet.
Still learning.
It's about fish, I think. And then you come through. What? No, I'm not surprised. What? You know what? It's good to see you. How did you like the portal?
It worked. That's a good thing.
I'm glad that your expectations are so low. He kind of looks a little bit dejected.
That's gonna be like, I will give it to you. It did work this time really well, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you tell Len Biscuit that you wrote a wolf?
She no less
Yeah, she kind of, the horse kind of like nickers and like
Hey, it was out of necessity. I didn't know where you were.
it doesn't respond to you.
He's a bit testy.
Alright, so
No, he's not. He's happy. So. What are you talking about?
he's fine. Alright, so I imagine you guys are walking more towards the library proper at this point. Or
Okay.
you're gonna they're gonna ask you to take the horse outside.
What do you mean? I can't have a horse? Bureaucracy.
There's a horse loose in the hospital. Anyway. Alright. So you guys take the horse out and then you come back in. And once you guys come back in, a familiar figure approaches you very quickly and gives Des a hug. And it's Bored Eyes. It's the golden tiefling. With dark-skinned, gold trimmed, essentially.
It's good to see.
It's like, oh my god, it's been so long, you guys.
Oh my god, ages.
It's been so long.
Too long.
How
Did you know that the river shield is gone now? They haven't seen it since that temple showed up.
Wow.
good.
Now I've got to find new phenomenon to study. But like, it's crazy that it just goes away. Like, it must have been something to do with the temple, right?
Must have been, but can't. Well, I don't know what. Why would it? Weird. Because I mean, it was.
You guys went there, right? I've heard through the grapevine that you guys have been through some adventures now.
Oh,
We went through some time bullshit. Maybe you can help explain.
Well, that explains why you haven't visited in 3 months.
Yeah, it took us 3 months to go through a day and a half.
Damn, that is some straight up dilation. What happened?
It's a crystal tower.
A tower.
surrounded
Just
by
a-
crystals.
Like a crystal, a tower, like a big crystal, or
It's a tower surrounded by multiple large crystal obelisks.
Yeah. And there were golems made of crystals, cats made of crystals.
And now she's like kind of orbiting around trying to look at this cat. So you're just in the tower and
Documented in the mad ramblings of this guy. Holds up the book.
Ramblings of a Mad Wizard, my favorite. She takes it from me. I love Ramblings of Mad Wizards. They're so interesting. And she kind of like opens up and flips through it.
He was quite mad.
Oh man, look at him. He is off his rockers.
With a transmutation.
We passed through an elemental gateway to get to the tower.
Which element?
Earth. There was runes and things inscribed along the walls. that got gradually more. Well, it was vines and things, and then it gradually became more.
Interesting. And she kind of repeated. It has been known, especially in the last calamitous age, that traveling to different planes can have various effects on on the differences of the perception of time. So one of them moves extremely quickly at the moment. She kind of like is mumbling to herself. And she will continue to do so until you interrupt her.
And then we encountered the Aleph.
Yeah.
Aleph.
Yeah, there was an elephant.
A haunted madman. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Oh my gosh. Well, it definitely makes perfect sense that it would be an Aleph dealing with this kind of information.
The book would scream at us. It was,
Oh man.
The mage
It
became
does.
a dragon.
And the time dilation.
It's
So the
It's you have-
haunted dragon mage transmute. Okay.
You have
Haunted
seasons here.
draconic. What?
You have seasons. I've learned about seasons now.
Did you not know about seasons?
Not the water. We don't have seasons.
Huh. Never thought about it that way. That makes sense.
I guess it does get kind of colder.
You don't have like a measurements of or like a way to tell the time of the year?
We don't really care. It's sun's up, you work. Sun's down, you don't.
Sun's out, guns out.
Well, we don't use guns.
I don't have enough books to write all this stuff down, but this is fascinating. Thank you. She like opens up another book. Like, oh, man, I gotta write this, like, just trying to keep track of all this new information. She's like, well,
Take it you're well versed in Terran.
languages were never my strong suit, but I've dabbled. And like she says like, how is this in like broken Terran?
Yeah, she like does like kind of translate a couple of things for her as he's like reading through,
Oh,
which I'm so sure she's like, oh, thank God.
yes. Wow, you're so fluent in Terran. I didn't realize. What is there a lot of elemental activity over in Andersville?
I mean, when you're surrounded by Earth, just barren Earth, you run
Do you
into.
just talk to the ground?
Sometimes it's for like tracking. Sometimes it's you run into enough Earth elementals.
Interesting. Okay. So yes,
And
Ordias
try to command them as well.
has given you the information that the Arbiter is no longer a worry for Cliffhaven, and that tends to track because the city has grown so much in the time period that you guys have been away. That is the main reason why it was kept to its smaller state is because it was dangerous to go there. Remove the danger, and now it's starting to bustle a bit more. So that's the inference I am making for you.
Thanks, because we're done.
It's fine. All right. What else do you want to do? You can talk to Ordias some more, but she was just kind of there to
You know,
deal-
Big O, you
Yes.
seem like the kind of person who can identify all sorts of shit.
I'm excellent.
Because we've got these boots and this staff. We really want to know what they do.
I mean, I could certainly cast a few spells.
Yeah.
Get some information.
That could be pretty good.
So she'll go ahead and identify these. Sorry.
I just totally forgot that her nickname was Big O.
Yeah. Okay. So she takes the rod and casts identify on it. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with this. That's the most boring roll I could have made. Okay, it goes through, and the rod is able to cast quite a few things. It has, first of all, it has 10 charges. One charge, you're able to cast Earthbind. So that's the one that you were already able to tell, and you kind of like accidentally activated it. 2 charges, you can cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. Two charges, you can also cast I'm making it into a magic missile style, but it's basically rock. So it's basically a magic missile. But it does cost 2 charges to cast that. 2 charges can also be used to cast Stone Skin. And then 5 charges can be used to basically do a explosive fireball, but instead of fire, it does piercing damage. But it is basically
a frag grenade.
It's basically a crystal frag grenade.
Yeah.
Where like you cast it and like you just see a bunch of these shards of crystal like gather and then blow up. But for the function of the spell, it is fireball instead of fire. It's piercing damage. And then we can call it crystal grenade or something fun like that.
That's pretty cool. I like the crystal grenade.
All right.
These are the like,
This is the rod.
Yeah, no, but it's so when it uses Earthbind, Earthgrass, Magic Missile with rocks, Stone Skin, all that stuff, does it take on the composition of the blue crystals that we saw?
No, it's very most of the crystal, like the crystals that it's like a very orange color, like a lot like the essence of Geo that you found. It's like this very like auburn, almost like a bit lighter than like the tree staff amber kind of color, but that kind of hue.
Like a burnt.
Yeah,
orange or
exactly.
Umber.
Yeah, an umber. That's a good way to describe it. Yes. And that's what your earthen rod does. As for the boots, these one, and to be fair, and also this rod regains 1d4 plus 1 charges at dawn every day.
1d4 plus
1.
1.
So at least 2, maximum 5. The boots are able to let you, 1, pass without trace along stone and stonework, like hewn stone as well. And they also, if you expend, and then once per day, you are allowed to spider climb and also move through stone. I feel like it's like a stone shape type of spell that allows you to do that kind of thing.
There is a spell.
So yeah, it's essentially once per day you can cast stone shape.
So wait, did you say it was pass without trace?
That it always does that passively. You always have pass without trace on your person if you're wearing them.
I want those.
Yeah.
If you're on stone.
If you're on stone,
I'm on stonework.
yes.
Well, Pass Without Trace is a area spell. Does it only do for the user? The boots?
Yeah. It's a personalized version of that spell.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It means I'm going to be asking what the floor is.
Yeah. You know, it's fine. You guys are in enough buildings and dungeons and stuff that I feel like it would be pretty useful if you wanted to keep it.
I think so.
Yeah. You gonna wear some boots?
I think so.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Now, with the spider climb, just mechanically, are you imagining it's like, all right, so I like use them like kind of like, crampons where like I kind of climb up, or is it like I walk and then I'm like...
I'm going to leave that completely up to you. I'm gonna give you the creative freedom to say how you use the boost, but the function is just you are allowed to do spider climb. Personally, I think it'd be hilarious if you just and walked up like that.
It is pretty good.
I think that's.
Not gonna lie, that is
yeah. The problem with that kind of spider climb is like, it's so much more funny if gravity still works the correct way, and you're just like, oh, like you have like do a crunch essentially.
Just a real row that else.
Yeah.
Anybody want a cool rad?
mean,
As you say that, I'm gonna have everybody roll for a random encounter
Oh darn.
because you're in the library and there's fun stuff in the library that I can use.
I guess I don't have time to put on the boots.
I mean, you have the boots.
That's gonna like.
No, you don't have. You haven't put them on yet.
Damn it.
But like, let's find out what happens.
Okay.
Let's do reverse what we normally do. Let's do Nate first.
All right, wait. So it was rolling a what?
Roll a d12.
Right.
Rolling for what?
Rolling for what?
We're rolling for a random encounter.
8.
Nope.
11.
Nope.
10.
Nope.
9.
Nope. Okay.
Oh, nothing fun in the library.
Nothing yet. Okay, so you have Oridius identify your boots and your rod.
Cool.
Sounds weird to say, but there it is.
Nice.
All right.
What do they look like, actually, the boots?
The boots they're like these heavy like mining boots, and they're like encrusted with that kind of same rocky out like somebody slapped clay on it, but instead of clay, it's like pebbles and such. So it's a bit difficult to. You would think it would be difficult to like walk in them, but they kind of like shift as you move around. So like it always looks like your feet are kind of like encrusted with like rocks and gems, but like as you're moving, it doesn't impede you.
Des will like kind of slip them on, and she's gonna kind of like jump up and down just to kind of feel them, and she's gonna go. Is it weird that they feel familiar?
You kind of like jump up and down, and it doesn't really make any sounds. Just Pass Without Trace is active on it, and you're on a stone floor.
You know, like kind of jump around a little more, like.
So it's just like you jump up and down, and you expect to be like, boom, and you just go. You feel like later.
Now, is that the effects of the Pass Without Trace spell? Okay, the +10 to stealth.
Essentially, it's easier to move. It's quieter. It's very it's very graceful.
Very cool.
Which is weird because these big clunky boots covered in rocks.
Anybody want a cool earthing room?
This is gonna run. It is
Okay,
just quiet.
you just bolt up through the library, and when I say, please don't run in the library.
But there's no sound though. It's just
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't mind the.
it does require.
does she like
You like it?
she,
Yeah, you're like,
she does write something down, but she is also distraught that you're running in the library.
I could do all this well.
she'll come back. She doesn't want to leave. Well, actually, no, she took Landis Cannon. She's just been along. Alright.
As you guys are kind of like talking to Sadi, Des is running around, elated with her new boots. You see Yasadi come out of the back room from the same kind of area where you guys were previously. And she kind of looks at you guys, and she just kind of like narrows her eyes a little bit. Like, what are you guys doing? Did you guys bring the orb to the inner sanctum?
Des
She kind of looks around like,
she'll appear behind. We saw it just go like, no, not yet.
why?
I'm not used to being this unseen before. It's just, she like jumps up and down. Really funny.
Yeah, and she kind of like just kind of squints even more. I don't have time for this.
That was cool.
Guys, priorities. Come on, let's go. Let's bring the thing we went to get, and I got petrified and lost an arm for. I still remember that, by the way. I'm not gonna ask what happened, but it's fine now because I have my arm back. Let's go.
The group is the equivalent of when you come home and you're like, which one of my dogs tore up the couch? And one of the dogs is going,
Yeah. It goes and sits in the corner on its own. All right. So, what do you do?
Take the orb to the place.
Okay. So you're bringing the orb to the area where you met Mikhail the first time.
Yeah.
And he's sitting on his big old freaking chair in front of the large table that you saw him at as well. And you see him kind of like, he's got like 5 books all kind of like splayed out in front of him as he's like reading different things. And as you guys come in, he says, it's been a while. How has the hunt gone?
Very fortuitous in terms of the haul, but not without its issues.
But we have, and I kind of just retailed the story of what we told everyone else.
Yeah. And he's like, I heard last time you retrieved an orb, misfortune befell you. I am glad to hear that this time you were a bit more on the ball. No? No, okay.
That was pretty good.
There were consequences.
Oh? Is everybody okay?
Dust just kind of glances at Yasai for a moment.
Shadi is just straight. It's like he already knows.
Yeah, overall.
Jonas pulls out his trident.
Oh.
Classic look.
Oh no.
It is, we'll see what happens in it.
Well, if it helps, the sacrifice is well worth it.
It is good to hear.
Now, not to be too forward, but may I see it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Wait, hold
Pull
on.
out him
Oh, hold on.
to myself.
I was gonna say, like, can you watch her real quick?
They'll be fine. You take out the orb. And you guys are, and like Yasadi and Whisper, like, you notice the orb. It gets shiny. It's just a ball. Something about where you are. Just,
Divine sense.
what are you looking for?
A fiend.
No.
Oh, should I cast that circle spell?
Who are you asking? Are you asking anything, or are you
Just the general people who knew about my circle spell.
Are you?
are you asking in character? I'm asking.
Yeah.
That won't be necessary. You can cast it if it makes you feel better, but there are already several other magical boards in place.
I'm good if you're good.
Sure.
I sense no fiend presence. There's been imps following us.
Truly the least surprising thing I've heard all day.
Apparently, they report to the Red One.
Ah, the Red Knight of Bahamut. Or Knight of Tiamat.
Yes.
I didn't say that right.
There you go.
And there won't be any fiends getting in here while we're talking and
Absolutely not.
it's
Yeah.
Doesn't
Wait.
even look.
that's the right thing. I rolled terribly. 13.
He believes that. For sure.
There you go.
Well, crap. Sure, we're fine.
The levels of arcane wards they would have to pass through in order to get into this particular sanctum would be a trial even for some of the greatest of fiends.
Sounds good. Yeah, so we got this all right here. Toss it like a basketball, spin over.
Please don't. Please.
I'm not that dexterous, then probably.
Please.
So what is the precautions we can have on this?
He kind of like reaches out just for you to hand it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. He kind of like, you see, he doesn't seem to be glowing per se, but something about him is illuminated. Like you couldn't tell you couldn't describe it if someone asked you to, but he seemed to be brighter. And this orb definitely is illuminated as this bright light kind of shines out from it. It pulses a little bit, a few times, as he concentrates. And you see 2 of the canaries that were kind of accompanying him the first time you saw him kind of approach and sit on each side of his chair and kind of sit on the armrests. And as this light pulses, it starts to turn from that shining, sterile silver that it had, and it tends to shift a little bit more into that umber that you guys saw when it was allocated to the elemental plane of Earth. And it kind of like slowly until it once again looks like it did when you first saw it, when it was not quite corrupted, but when it was attuned to that plane. And then he kind of opens his eyes again, and the light goes from pulsing and just kind of fades into this low glow that it always seems to have, but is usually the thermal light. And you see him like the color, like the from all of like the vibrance and the like, it almost like he was like more saturated than he used to be. That fades, and it fades a little bit more than what it was when you came into the room. So now he seems drained, and it seems like just a little bit of himself was lost in whatever it is that just happened. It's like, well, that was, and like you can see, and like as he's saying it, his shoulders are drooping, and like you can see the energy just kind of like draining out of him. He kind of puts it down, and he shakes the weirdness out of his eyes, and he's like, I did not realize it would take so much out of me. But that's one orb secured. And he kind of like picks it up once again, places it to his side. You can see him like kind of like feel it. He kind of runs his hands over it. It's like, finally. Well done. This is just the first step to keeping this plane safe, and all the planes safe.
From what?
Collapse. You guys know this from like the reason why they want the dragon orbs is to reestablish the connections that they have to the planes, because that's what's keeping everything from collapsing in itself. Like the reason why the water temple was there was because that was the elemental plane of water collapsing on the material plane.
Yeah.
And so you guys went in, you got the dragon orb, which was shunted out of its alignment because of the catastrophic like meltdown of the plane structure.
Yeah.
And then it was stolen, so you didn't have a way to reestablish that connection. So the plane of water is still iffy.
Yeah.
But according to Raquel, the plane of Earth should now be more stabilized because you guys have retrieved that orb, and he's been able to, through some ritual that he was able to use his life energy for, reestablish that connection.
You seem drained.
It is a special magic that is required for this task, and I fear I'm the only one who can cast it.
I fear you may not be able to last through 4 more. Or 3 more.
If only there were only 4 more.
There's more.
It's not just the elemental planes that are in danger. The entirety of our sphere of influence, of our cosmological structure is in danger here, and you fear I may not be able to do it, but it is what must be done.
Can one learn?
No. This is not something that I studied. This is not something that I learned. I was gifted this power, if you can call it such. But now, I'm sorry, I feel I am fading in front of you as we speak. I must rest. Please, continue your hunt. And be cautious. There are more than imps to stand in your way, I fear. And the knights, I'm sure, in this time have not been idle.
Is there any threads that we should pull on to?
So many threads, my friend. So many. And he kind of like puts his hands on like the books.
Yeah.
And like
Steepling himself on.
you can see like on these books are like pieces of information that are passing over it and then erasing themselves, and then it's basically the network of information that is passing through like all like the piece of paper that Korast wrote.
Yeah.
You see like little bits of information like passing through in front of him. So he's kind of just like processing all of that and trying to keep track of what needs to go where, who needs to go where. I will say this. Across the sea, now that the Arbor Chill is gone, more news and frightful news. The island is overrun with terrifying creatures. A good place of any to start. Also, up to the north, one of the most usually passive volcanoes has once again started to rumble and quake. And if it's not the elemental plane of Earth, as it must not be, something else is going on. Now, I would defer to my lieutenants between which particular avenue you'd wish to go through, but the choice is ultimately yours.
We'll talk to Ace and Korast.
I'm sure Ace would be very happy to see you after these months. He has been worried. But please.
Do you hear that? He said worried.
Did they when we were in there? Because I mean, you know, of course, we're not exactly where the perception at time that went on until after we got out. Did anybody come by to scout out the area and see if what might have befallen us, even though we weren't dead?
Yes, there were several scouting parties sent out, but the runes that were previously on the front door were gone, and when opened, there was just a stone wall. So that was probably 2-3 weeks after you guys had departed, and then just after that, we sent a few scouting parties, but there was no definitive change.
So at that time the golems were still walking around?
As far as I'm aware, yes. They had lessened their patrols. They had gone less and less farther out to mine the nodes, but they were still very much active.
Curious. Just trying to like do like the mental calculus of like when they went versus when it might have been the perceived point where they were at within the thing.
The issue is that you're not sure when the actual time dilation started. If it was when you were just in the tower, or was it when you were in the tower? Was it when you went to the haunted room where like actual things started to be different than what they appeared? Because like that was the main difference. Like when you went to the haunted library, before that it was just like it was something that you would expect for it to be in that tower, but it was just kind of like too big. This was like weird, and then above that was just the elemental plane of Earth run rampant. So it's hard for you to kind of gauge that, because it's, first of all, you can't see outside, because the only thing that was really there were like there was like the one stained glass crystal, like the stained glass window, and then that was kind of like a normal window, because you guys almost fell out that window, so it was pretty normal. Besides, like the fact that it was strangely larger than it was supposed to be. Yeah, it would be difficult for you to parse that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, guess we got to go see an ace about a quest.
Sounds good, right?
Or about some other things, yeah.
I've just been making a tally in my head, don't mind me. I'm gonna ask him if he wants them in chronological order of the time I picked it out to do. He wants to do it alphabetically.
I was gonna say alphabetically is a great way to do it.
Okay.
Usually. A, B, F.
Let's take this conversation out of here. Let the man rest.
Yeah, I'm kind of. Are you guys doing this like while you're still in the inner sanctum for Vocal or what?
As we're walking out.
Okay.
Right, C has to come before F.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Rules to live by. Anyway. All right. So you guys with Yasadi are kind of walking towards the main area of the library, I'm assuming. Anything else you want to do while you're there? Is there anything you wanted to do specifically?
Just looking for Ace for me.
Fine. Ace.
Yeah, we need to go talk to him.
Yeah.
You ask Ordice where the giant, the massive golden dragonborn is. And she's like, he left to go pick something up at the market, I believe. It's been about, yeah. It's like, and she says, it's been about a couple, and then Whisper's already gone, like, okay, bye.
No, I listen. I'm not a total rude bitch.
Yeah, he had, I think he has some special, like, oil that he uses to clean his armor or something that he gets special made or something like that. Something vain like that. Who could, nothing like, that of what I would do. And she kind of, like, looks at, like, the rings and those specific, and, like, all the fancy jewelry that she has while working as a librarian.
I'm certainly going to be very happy if he has some oil. I'll tell you that.
Nice. Okay. So, you go into the markets. Let's make an investigation check. And also, a perception check.
That's 2 things to roll for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Lister do the investigation, and everyone can do a perception.
Okay.
Okay.
My perception was an natural 1. My investigation was a 15.
13 perception.
Well, that's terrible.
I'm too busy
10.
looking for Ace to notice my surroundings.
Yeah, makes sense.
11.
Dang.
You're really holding out for me, huh?
Dang.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, you guys are able to find Ace. He's not hard to find.
No.
He is essentially waiting at a blacksmith's. He's kind of like looking at his nails, and he looks up and sees you. And just as he's about to wave. All right. And with that, we're going to end the session for today. Thank you, everyone watching, once again, for hopefully enjoying this episode of Pose of Creation. This less confrontational. You had a little bit of a half encounter, but some very nice dice rolling definitely let you dodge some of the hairier dangers that were lurking in that particular encounter. But plenty of things to go over, plenty of lore and plenty of narrative that has gone through. So please, Kat, would you like to bring us with the sponsor so we can roll on out?
Yeah, John, do I need to use my notes again?
Please don't.
Dice Legion has built back bigger dice accessories. Use the code LIZARDS if you want a real Capitol building, or 10% off. That'll work too.
We in no way promise a real Capitol building by using the code Lizard.
That's far beyond our capability to provide.
If you're looking for portcullis that can withstand an assault, you should check out Rolling for What Now. They could be rolling for ghosts, or dragons, or demons. Oh my. Yeah, but they're pretty awesome. Whatever they're rolling for. But, I like them. I listen to them. You should too.
Where are we available at?
Oh, right. Back to my notes. We broke off Twitter's arm, and Instagram hella charms the orc chief Mastodon. And tonight's catchphrase, Hive's nothing to sneeze at. And also, let's tell Patreon all about the Wizards books. And I feel like there's one more place you can find us. Demons working with the Knights of Facebook.
There we go. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Knights of Facebook.
Yeah.
That's pretty impactful there.
I promise next time John won't make me read from my notes.
That is a promise I will keep.
If you made it this far, tell me about Do you like dolphins? What are your favorite sea critters? Have you ever seen one in person?
What are we
Does
pointing?
a penguin count as a sea
We're
creature?
pointing to the thing. and
So why
the-
is it a penguin?
But they're pointing sideways.
Yeah, they're pointing to it.
Oh, there is a logo there.
Yeah.
That,
See right here, this logo.
I put that
You
together.
made it.
If your favorite critter is also a crocodile, you're my favorite.
If your favorite critter is people who watch Critical Role.
Critter. Oh, I see what you did there.
Ha.
Not what I asked.
No, that wasn't what Mary asked.
Yes.
And
Can we run it?
This is what hitting the like button will do. So please hit the like button.